Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Not a Trekkie, an all Star Wars Everything podcast brought to you by Red Cyclone Inc. Everything from New Hope to Rogue One, even that solo one, from Anakin and Obi-Wan to Rey left being the only one now. I cannot stress this anymore. There is no hate. But this ain't Stargate, this ain't Star Trek, this is Star Wars. I'm your host, Tenacious D. Alongside me, my partner in crime, the Merc with the mic.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? We got another Star Wars movie to cover.
Yes, we do. If you tuned into our last month's cast, we covered Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. So, obviously, if we're going to go in sequence of things, this is Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
So, stop right now, pause, and go back and listen to our previous cast, all right?
Yes, everything is up.
That's all I got to know and all I got to say right now. Yeah. But to catch you up to where we are right now, if you are not familiar with the world, which you should be by now because the shit's been going on for years and decades and stuff like that, we left off with Luke Skywalker going up against Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Finding out that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
Just like a Marvel Power show.
You know what I
You
mean?
are the father.
Which, arguably, The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie that's out there.
Yeah, I'll say.
Most fan favorite.
It's more fan favorite, honestly. Between that and New Hope are my favorites. Everything else goes downhill, except for Rogue One for me.
I mean, there's Rogue One is in its own, its own body.
But like, if it had to go like compare the movies between New Hope and Empire is the best ones. Like now, for me, like it goes downhill.
Yeah, I mean, like with like Episode 1, I can understand it. Episode 2. It got better. Episode 3 has one of the greatest scenes ever.
But it has a lot of other shit.
That is future cast. That is not now. Right now, it is Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. So your first reactions to when was the first time you watched Return of the Jedi?
I mean, to actually remember the exact time, I don't recall it back in the day.
Okay.
I really don't. It was just in the background. I remember seeing the cases. My mom had the 3-box set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, on VHS. I actually thought it was the better of the covers.
Yeah.
Of it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until like I was 21, 22,
okay.
23. That's when I actually really. But since then, I've watched it numerous times.
Okay.
I've watched it less than A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. I tell you that much.
Okay.
Going this time around and watching it again, watching it like 2 times, there was a lot of things in it that I just didn't even recall even being in it.
We had the conversation last week about it too. Like we talked about the whole like editing Darth Vader, like Hayden Christensen in, and like forgetting about the original guy that was there and all that shit. There's a lot of things. Like if it depends. If you watched it before 1997, you watched the original cut. You watched a whole different movie. Yeah.
Which here and there pokes in with good stuff. It's just it was poorly orchestrated with the time. You know what I mean? Like we were in its infancy of CG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't expect to go back and look at it and be like, wow, the shit that he put in it was good. You know what I mean? Hardcore fans are gonna strike it down straight.
They struck it down because they ruined the movie. Like it wasn't ruined the movie. They just added shit that didn't need to be there. And I think I think with the remakes, they kind of lost the statics of the continuation of the movies, because I feel like in the Empire Strikes Back one, they kind of want you to know that Vader's the father in the beginning, as in the original one, you had no fucking clue until the end, and that was the big thing. And like, oh shit, no!
Oh my god!
Fuck that guy!
Which made you hate him and love him.
Yeah,
even more,
like he made him the biggest fucking heel in that sense because of that.
Yeah.
You kind of pampering the new ones to have people knowing it was. I think it messes it up. Like it turns. That reveal is not as good as it used to be.
The prequels turned the original series into an Anakin Skywalker story.
The doo-doo.
when it was an actual Luke Skywalker story.
Yeah.
It was the birth of a Jedi at the dying age of a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was supposed to accent on the younger years of how Darth Vader and everything happened, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It happens. Like there's a lot of things to explain. Again, like if you could find a copy before 1997, like the original Fox.
I have them on
Yeah,
VHS.
I have it too. But I'm just saying in general, as in the people that are listening, not just you in general, but just the people that are listening.
Let the world know that I have it.
Like if you see the original ones, you see the kind of how much they protected that whole thing of Vader being the father.
Yeah.
Like no one fucking knew. Even the cast didn't knew until they actually did the scene, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
See, one thing that actually pertains to which today's episode is Return of the Jedi, is the Lucas cuts.
Yeah.
Gave you a visual of who Jabba the Hutt was in the original.
Yeah.
In A New Hope, when in reality you did not see what he looked like until Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which sort of took away the shock value a little bit, because Jabba the Hutt is an ugly fucking
yeah. You know one
ugly
thing.
Ass being.
You know one thing I didn't like about one of the recuts of Jabba the Hutt, like he was extremely small.
Yeah.
And the scene that he's walking up to Han Solo and shit.
That was actually, it was a short guy.
Yeah.
That was actually a deleted scene.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be put in. They were just practicing it.
Yeah.
So when they had that in the archives.
Yeah.
So they added it and like
See,
all that moving the picture to actually not happening. Like he didn't shoot. Like he didn't shoot first. You just saw the digitally remastered.
He shot first. He
wanted
wanted to kill that motherfucker. He shot first.
The world knows.
With no hesitation.
He's a pirate, bro. That's what he's supposed to do.
But in general, like when they added the scene with Jabba the Hutt, I didn't like the way he looked. Like he was just looked too tiny. And then when you go to Return of he got mad. Then again, he probably gained mad weight because but then again, all he did was eat.
Well, you only saw him like chest and head. You know what I mean? And you saw the scale of what the people were around him.
Yeah, but you saw he was a big motherfucker when you saw this.
Han Solo's a tall guy too.
But
he has
like,
to be in his Harrison gotta be tall.
No, but he wasn't that big in that cut.
Maybe he was slouching. He's like a worm. You know what I mean? That's really what he is.
No, he just wasn't that big. Like maybe he gained weight.
It was a poor execute.
Maybe he got too comfortable and he couldn't get up after that because he started eating a lot and he got depressed because he couldn't catch Han Solo. And then he finally got the job done. So he's happy. He's celebrating with food now. So
all he did was eat shit. Every time you saw him, his mouth was
that was probably the thing, and he just got fat. So, he gained weight. He gained space weight.
Where we left off at once again with the New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Obviously, we blew up this Death Star. Death Star was
fuck that shit.
This moon-like space battleship that blew up fucking planets. Found a way with the Rebel Rebellion and Luke Skywalker and the Force and the help of his friends to blow it up. The entire second movie of Empire Strikes Back is Darth Vader trying to find fucking Luke Skywalker, as Luke Skywalker's in his infancy of trying to become a Jedi because now he is influenced by the Force. The Force has planted a seed in his head.
This is one thing, okay, because we're gonna go in the beginning and in the beginning stuff. So you see him as a Jedi. He leaves the message with R2D2 and all that stuff. So he self-proclaimed himself as a Jedi Master because because he didn't finish his training. So he self-proclaimed. So I'm gonna just call myself a Jedi Master.
Hell yeah, bro! That's it. Jedi fucking Master, bro. I feel the energy within the beings around me. I'm a fucking Jedi.
You know, man.
But I would be easily swindled to the dark side. I know I would. I really
they got
would.
Candy? Yeah?
Yeah, what?
What kind?
Albanese gummy bears?
They're like, we got every flavor of Kit Kat.
And you know me, I love my Kit Kat.
Can I get mines with a hook?
White chocolate? take vibes?
Can I get my lightsaber with a hook? And can I not have the respirator?
Please. Let me slay bitches left and right. I would do it in a heartbeat. There's more benefits of being part of the dark side than there is the
They look
dark,
like they look cleaner.
Darth Vader looked badass.
They looked like
underneath. He sacrificed a lot, but
the dark side looked like they had a week, like a daily laundry day.
yeah. See, but the thing was not, in the grand scheme of Star Wars.
Yeah.
There's only a few people in the original trilogy that even are even involved in it. Everybody else is just following orders or just around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stormtroopers, they have nothing to do with shit.
No.
They're just an army. They have no clue what the fuck they're doing. They're just being told because they're scared to fucking death. And all they do is fucking get their asses whooped left and right. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
They're stormtroopers. They're pawns.
And what I do love about the stormtroopers is that white is the absence of dark.
Yeah.
So they're actually supposed to be it's supposed to be like a good color, but in a dark world.
Yeah.
That's why Darth Vader stands out more than anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But also they're supposed to be a friendly. They're supposed to pose a friendly look. So when this
what is
when the troopers are coming and they're not supposed to spread fear. They're supposed to be like, all right, we're here. They're supposed to be. Their thing is to help everyone, but they're not technically helping anyone. But they're supposed to be feel friendly and trusted.
Before the Emperor was introduced, I considered Darth Vader more like a Dr. Doom. You know what I mean? Like, how is it? What is so bad about trying to run shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could have actually done some good.
Yeah, he
What
could
if he
have.
conquered the galaxy? What would he do?
Just be bored in the chair.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing. If these maniacs got their way, because Stanley even said it himself, Dr. Doom is not a villain.
Yeah.
He's just a guy who wants to rule the world. It's not illegal to rule the world.
No.
It's not illegal for Darth Vader, but Darth Vader murdered people while he was doing it.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom did the same shit.
But the thing with Doctor Doom in a way, he had his own country.
Yeah.
And the way he ran his whole country, he ran his whole country. His people loved him.
Darth Vader had an entire empire in space.
They didn't love him though.
No, they feared him.
But Doctor Doom.
That's how you gain. That's control, man.
But that's
love
the difference.
Gets you killed.
Yeah, that's the difference. Doctor Doom was respected and loved. His country loved him.
Feared as well too, man. People
Not
feared him.
his country. No, his country didn't fear him because he did everything for his country.
Dr. Doom's insecurities is what really drew him.
Yeah.
But Darth Vader was just a
in technically
bad motherfucker. You know?
Darth Vader is just what? You got told?
But I was thinking that while I was watching these movies,
talking shit?
The resemblance between Dr. Doom and him, to me,
I can see that he got a lot of
you know what I mean,
ideas from him. Doctor Doom is an old character.
What would happen if he destroyed the rebels?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What would he do with everything?
He'd be bored.
I think that he would organize it like a president. All right, you guys do this, you guys do this.
You go check
councils. There's a whole council running shit as well. You know what I mean? Is until the Emperor Palpatine fucking comes in.
Yeah.
Then you really see the demonic side, the really darkness.
Yeah.
That happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And beforehand, it's just Darth Vader trying to run shit, and him and his council of people. You know what I mean?
It's fucking idiots.
Yeah, well, all of them just end up fucking dying anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, we are in Return of the Jedi.
All right. Well, we're gonna get on with basically what the fuck goes down in this movie.
Exactly.
Okay?
I'm fine.
See, I personally don't dislike this movie. It's not one of my favorite.
It's not one of my favorites. It's not the worst, but it's close to there.
Well, out of the three.
Out of the three is the worst.
Yeah, out of the first original three.
Yeah,
yes.
A New Hope I think is one of the A New Hope and Empire are my favorites.
They changed the game. They changed everything.
And then one thing the thing with Return of the Jedi also they did the same shit with the rise with the fucking episode 8.
The Last Jedi? No, Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. Episode 8 was
The Last Jedi.
No, it was what's the name?
Episode 7 was
7.
That 7 was Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
If you really look at Return of the Jedi, Force Awakening, and A New Hope, they all kind of have the same plot.
Yeah. See, they tried to please a lot of people, and it fell short.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it fell short because people are too analytical.
It's not being analytical. I was just like, all right, you're just doing the same shit.
This is a kid's fucking movie.
Doesn't
Nobody
fucking
understands
matter.
that.
It doesn't matter.
Meant for kids.
It-
And
you
this
could
is
be-
out of Lucas's mouth himself. This
No,
shit is meant
this is
for
out of
kids.
Freddie Prinze Jr. mouth that you're just ripping off of him.
It's not. I've read things after that.
No,
that
but
made me
if
go
you're
down
really looking at it, it's like, all right, so you're pretty much
You're not
going
wrong
to just
about
tell the
Freddie
same
Prinze
story.
thing.
Yeah, I know.
He did, but he turned me into.
But it's more like, all right, we're just gonna show you the same thing that happened, but this time we have half of Star, but we're still gonna do the same shit. That was my only thing. Like, it was just they kind of repeated.
It's a poor
it
execute.
times.
Tried
Like,
to
like when we get to Force
rekindle
Awakens,
what Star Wars was in
when we get to
77.
Force Awakens, that's gonna be my problem. It was the same fucking movie as the new
But
one.
it was fun. You know what I mean?
It was the same
You gotta
movie,
have
though.
fun in these movies,
It was
man.
the
These shits,
same movie.
These shits are not supposed to be.
I think again a big example of a fun movie that did its own thing, Rogue One.
Yeah. And
Hands
it
down.
But it tied into it beautifully.
It tied into everything beautifully because it told a different story. It didn't just have a repeat of the same shit. That's my own thing.
No, you're not wrong, and your perspective of it is what the ongoing consensus actually is. So you're not wrong,
Yeah.
and everybody else, a lot of people feel the same way. People that are close and dear to me, who
Yeah.
are so much hardcore
Yeah.
core fans of Star Wars than I am,
Yeah.
feel that exact way. So, but
Yeah. Move on.
moving on, Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
He was not really a Jedi. He was self-proclaimed.
Yes,
Self-proclaimed.
but it's Return of the Jedi because he was the next one.
Yeah.
And he
Self-proclaimed.
brought back to life the Jedi. That's basically what it is.
Self-proclaimed.
But it was in theaters May 25th, 1983. That's all I have in the beginning part of that, okay?
It came out before I was born.
Yes, it did. And it came out 3 years before I was born.
Yeah.
So, but so we go straight right into it, right into the shit. All of a sudden, you know, they always start off with one of those epic, you know, scenes with shit going through. You know what I mean? That was one of the classic moves. Besides the words going up, you know what I mean? The words going up is literally on every single Star Wars movie. It's probably their what word am I trying to use? It's like their go-to. It's their stamp. It's their that's their thing. You know what I mean? Anything else that does that is a bite off of Star Wars. But so where we are right now, and this time we are I think we're like a couple years, like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years after.
It's like a whole year.
I think it was like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because Han Solo was frozen carbonite for 2 years. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But they're trying to orchestrate and make a new Death Star.
Yeah.
So it tunes right into Darth Vader talking to the workers, like, yo, you guys aren't pleasing the Emperor, and the Emperor wants you to speed shit up, get shit going. Any scene that Darth Vader is in,
Yeah.
it just looks visually amazing
Yeah.
to me. You know what I mean? So it's like,
He's just a big presence, and he just has that evil fucking presence.
yeah, I mean, he is the number 1 villain of all time
Yeah.
for a reason. You know what I mean? The most recognizable and respected villain. Even though I have problems with all that, but so he's talking to his worker. He's like, "Yo, you're falling behind. We're not pleased with what you're doing." The guy's like, "Yo, listen, man. I only got so much." He's like, "All right, well, the Emperor's coming in himself."
Yeah.
The guy changes his fucking attitude. Real
That's like the
quick.
district manager.
It's like the office. Like everybody get your shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like, the district manager's coming. Oh man, we gotta put up the posters
literally
right.
Within that opening scene, I thought Darth Vader was gonna fucking choke him out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that's what he's known to do. He killed fucking everybody that messed up and didn't please him. I was actually very disappointed in the very beginning. From the jump, I thought he was gonna choke him out.
You should have.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Darth Vader should choke everyone.
But once the Emperor's name got dropped, the man's whole mannerism changed. Like, all right, we're gonna double our efforts. We're gonna do that. You know what I mean? So we flipped from that scene straight to R2D2 and C-3PO.
Yeah.
Back on Tatooine. Good old famous fucking desert planet.
Yeah.
With 2 dual stars. Who the fuck wants to live on this damn planet, man?
I don't know.
It's so dusty. I would be so pale and dry. I would need literally petroleum jelly every day to live.
Petroleum.
It'd be so bad. But you see them talking, and it sort of catches you up a little bit with 2 characters. They were like, yo, this was the last place that Lando Calrissian was seen and Chewie was seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what basically they're doing, they are on word from Luke Skywalker to go talk to Jabba, to go and orchestrate a negotiation to free Han Solo. Because in Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo was frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
And given to Darth Vader gave it to Boba Fett to give it to Jabba the Hutt.
Yep.
So he finally got his bounty.
He got his bitch
I
back.
wonder how much money he got for that shit.
$9.99.
Well, he's $9.99 and a Coke.
$9.99 and a Coke.
And a Coke. So one thing that always pops up is like C-3PO or 3PO just for short. I know 9 million different languages.
Yeah.
Every time he's actually get put in a position to actually translate something, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. I think he's like a bullshit artist. You know what I mean? Like, he talks his way through things. You know what I mean? Which makes him annoying. A lot of people don't like him because of that.
You know what's funny is the fact that everyone has he probably has the actual dialect.
Yeah.
But it's just like Spanish. A lot of people talk different sides of it.
Exactly.
A lot of people talk slang. A lot of people talk different ways.
There's no such thing as a proper language because in every language there's slang.
So I have a feeling that's the thing with C-3PO. You don't understand slang.
He gets like the gist of it.
Yeah, he knows like the proper etiquette because he was programmed to learn it. So basically, like if they say something like "yo" to him, he won't probably understand what he means by that. Like, what do you mean by that? I have no clue.
So. Yeah, no, their asses go into to negotiate and talk to Jabba the Hutt, who just got done eating this little creature, little fat fuck. Yeah, he's got like a lazy eye, fat and slimy. Like, that's
what I called you, Nard.
What, Jabba the Hutt?
He's Jabba the Hutt. You're the little bird.
It's more like Carrie.
Yeah, it is. Nowadays is becoming Carrie because she just laughs at every joke. I hope they don't listen to this. I actually don't give a fuck what they do.
If we watch the original cut,
this
is the first time you see Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, this is the first original time you see Jabba the Hutt.
Now let me ask you a question: what is the fucking strong appeal about this guy?
He's just
what is so powerful about him?
He probably just has a lot of money.
I don't get it. Like he has a whole world around him doing shit for him, and all he does is fucking lay down.
So there's what he kind of reminds me of like the Caesar. Like he just laid and just had people.
He probably did something back in the day.
And they did one thing, and then he was praised for that. He was praised when he was in that first movie. That's where he did it.
Yeah. Well, no, because he was already somebody then.
Yeah.
Because there was bounty hunters going out for Han Solo.
So,
you know what I mean?
So during that's when he was still doing calls.
Now he's out doing blow, fucking.
So now he don't have to do the calls anymore because I think the fact that he got enough money and stuff like that, he was like, I could just lay here and I can just hire people to do it.
Do nothing, right?
So all he does is blow and eat and shit and
chain up some bad bitches, man.
Yeah, chain up bitches and have entertainment.
Look what happens when they came in. They negotiated. They're like, fuck you, that's not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it went into this big fucking music thing, which was really a bad low
So
point
we missed pretty much they brought Chewie in, locked up.
No, that happened after. I mean, it happened before.
Yeah, the Chewie in
that happened right after, because then the girl got killed.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So she got dropped down and they had that whole big thing.
The ring
pit. What happens is now the next a bounty comes in with Chewie in shackles.
Yeah.
So the bounty hunter negotiates with Jabba, and then they come to like an agreement. And Jabba's like, "All right, I respect you because you fucking you're willing to kill people to get what you wanted." Because like I respect that kind of
likes
thing
that
in a bounty
shit.
hunter. So Chewie goes off. C-3PO and fucking R2-D2 got enslaved.
Yeah.
They went into like this bunker area that was run by droids that just fucked up droids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a droid being hung upside down with like
Yeah.
irons, being burnt on his feet, and you hear him screaming. He's a fucking droid. He's not supposed to feel nothing. But that main droid that orchestrated everything, he always reminds me of the doctor. The guy in the wheelchair in The Nightmare Before Christmas, the guy who created
I know what you're talking
Sally,
about. Yeah,
Sally.
I know what you're talking about.
He looks just like him, but he's funny as hell. He looks cool. You know what I mean? They're like 3PO, like you'll be a good translator for Jabba. So go and do that. R2-D2, you're a feisty motherfucker. You know, we'll figure out something for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Bounty Hunter comes in, takes Chewie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They orchestrate something. Chewie gets locked up. And, you know what I mean? Jabba the Hutt so eloquently put it, he would never sell Han Solo and Carbonite because it's his favorite wall fixture.
Yeah.
It's his favorite decoration on the wall. And that is probably one of the scene, the picture of him in Carbonite is one of the things that always translated from, like, transpired through time.
Yeah.
I always remember that picture of him in there with the drool on the side of his mouth and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, and to see him back up there again, then you see that bounty hunter go up and then release him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, at this time, we're like, now something has to be. Is that Luke? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, he comes out, and what's so funny about Han Solo coming out? He aged. He looks older. And that's not his fault. It's just Harrison Ford getting older in time. You know what I mean? It's 3 years later. But he looks older than what he should have been frozen in. But he's talking to the bounty hunter. The voice of the bounty hunter was actually a girl who did E.T.'s voice.
Okay.
For Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And it ended up being the one, the only Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Which, at this time, from exactly her point of view, she said she was on cocaine the entire shooting of this movie. So they have a little intimate moment together, and then Jabba the Hutt pops up, right behind them, behind the curtain?
Yeah, like, ha 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 ha.
I caught you, you thought you was slick.
You did sweet track 100. Ha ha ha.
You did sweet track 100. That's funny.
Oh, man.
But, she mentions, I think 3PO mentions to Han Solo how Luke Skywalker's a Jedi Knight, and Han Solo fucking laughs. He's like, what? Everybody gets fucking this grander thing, thinking that there's something more than what they are.
Yeah.
Like, I was just gone for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like I said, he's self-proclaimed.
Well, yeah. Well, he definitely was at this time.
Self-proclaimed.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So then Luke Skywalker comes in.
Yeah.
Jedi
Well,
mind
it was a message first. It was the message first.
It was from 3PO and R2-D2.
Then
he came in with the message.
And they gave him the video message, and then they laughed at it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, motherfucker, all right, now I'm gonna come to you.
Yeah. So he comes in dark cloaked.
All dressed in black.
First sign that I'm a wannabe. I'm a Jedi, man. If I look the part and play the part, I'm the part.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you look rich and sound rich, you portray yourself to be rich.
The self-proclaimed Jedi Master.
But he comes in and Jedi mind tricks his way through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was cool. It's fresh, showing that he is savvy, starting to get used to his force.
Yeah.
As we would put it. But he goes up to Jabba the Hutt like, yo, listen, either you give me Han Solo and my friends, or I'm gonna kill you. And then he Jedi mind tricks the guy next to him.
Yeah.
Like a fucking guy with the wiener on his head.
Yeah.
It's
just
weird,
ugly.
man.
He's just
so
like his
bad.
big sausage.
And then the guy would talk to him, and Jabba the Hutt is like, you weak-minded fool. It's like, it's like, you have to try a little harder with me than that.
That's the thing with really thinking about Jabba the Hutt. Like, the Jedi mind trick doesn't work on him.
Yeah, because he's already been through.
Exactly. Like, we need
He's so set in his ways.
Maybe we need a baby Jabba movie.
No, man, that would be so. Like, it would look like.
We need the origins of Jabba the Hutt.
Tremors, bro.
There was 1,000 of them. I killed them all.
He ate them all and became fat. And And then Kevin Bacon came in and fucking saved the
And
day.
Yate Kevin Bacon too, just because his name is Bacon.
But, you know, the one thing that I give credit to Jabba the Hutt, he
Yeah.
decided to put Princess Leia in one of the most sexiest, most memorable costumes still to this day.
Slave Leia.
My friend Russell, I'm going to shout him out right now because this pertains to him a lot. We were talking recently about this girl who dated a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And she, me and her started talking just a little bit,
Yeah.
but I couldn't do it because she dated a friend.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, you think that should stop you? What if she was dressed in Princess fucking Leia wear? I'd be like, I would feel really bad afterwards, but
Yeah.
she looked really good in it. She looked like a little too skinny
Yeah.
to me, but she looked really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought so. I thought that's one of those moments.
With the Slave Leia or the buns?
The slave Leia.
Oh, he would take it with the buns.
I would take her any way.
The Cinnabon.
Cinnabon, yeah,
The Cinnabon
original
heads.
One? Yeah, no, I even take the CG one in fucking in Rogue One. She looked good in that too. But yeah, Luke, yeah, Jedi mind tricks it. Fucking, then he gets dropped in that hole that
The
girl
Rain
got
Core
dropped
pit.
in, with that big ass monster.
Yeah. That's where you get.
That's one thing every single Star Wars had was one big monster.
Yeah, you gotta kind of show the skills.
You know what I mean? And
Like
he literally tossed a bone in his mouth.
Yeah.
Made him choke, and then Jedi mind tricked the gate to chop down.
Yep.
People started crying after that. Like I remember that one guy who was so emotional.
That was his buddy. Like, you
Like,
killed
no,
my
that's my
man.
pet.
God damn it. Like,
But-
you could beat him up. Don't kill him.
Now lurking in the shadows this whole time is a guy with this mask on.
Yeah.
Ends up being Lando. What the fuck was Lando doing?
They had a whole plot. This was their whole
Yes,
plan.
but how long was he there for?
This was the heist.
But how long was he there for?
He planned
He's
to-
amongst the council of Jabba the Hutt. What did he do to get in that room?
He's Lando.
I don't fuck with Lando.
Lando
alright?
does
Lando
everything.
fucking is the one that is responsible for Han Solo being
Lando-
stuck in fucking carbonite.
Lando will
It's a
make
fact.
sure it's done.
Lando is a piece of shit. I don't give
Lando
a fuck what he does. He will never be good in my
Lando don't need the Jedi mind trick. He's Lando
Lando
Calrissian.
is not. Lando is just a
He
smooth
probably hit on
talking-
Jabba the Hutt.
He's
He was like,
Billy D. Williams, so
he was like,
he's a
"What's
smooth
up?"
cat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's-
Exactly.
You know that's what he did.
Exactly.
You know
That's
what I
all he
mean?
needs to be. He looked at them and was like, yo, I'm proud of y'all. Yeah, we good.
It's crazy, man. Like I just wanted to know what the hell he did to do that.
So it was you could see that it was a big heist to get Han Solo back.
Well, yeah, I
pretty
get
much like
that.
that.
I
It was
get that.
it was the Ocean's 11 of Jedi. They had this big ass heist, and then out there on the flying boats,
Yeah.
that
they're all
R2D2
captured,
and
you know what I mean?
R2D2 is serving drinks.
Yo, it's funny because if you're being carted off to your death,
Yeah,
it's such a luxurious way to go. You're on a flying ship, getting
Yeah.
drinks, hanging out, chilling, and then literally.
but
when-
you're flying through a hot ass fucking planet,
I
so
know, at least
it's not-
hydrate before you die. Right?
it's not like fucking. It's. I think you'll die of sunburn before you get tossed
Oh,
off.
my skin would be peeling, my fragile little skin.
Yeah.
It would be so bad, man. I'd be red as fuck. All you have to do is poke me to death. And
Just
I'd be
kill
done.
me.
I would so be done. Just
It's
poke me
too
to death.
much.
But yeah, no. So they're carting away, and then Boba Fett is with them out on the ship, talking to like the big flying spaceship. You know, they're like it's more like a pirate ship. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, it was a couple. It was like a one big pirate ship and then two little.
sort of like a scene
flying
from Hook.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was like a
that.
sky hook.
And
Like, you know what? It was like Treasure Planet.
yeah, it was just like
Treasure Planet.
No,
Yes.
man, I haven't
I
seen
love
that
that
movie.
movie.
in years, bro. We gotta watch that.
It was Treasure
We should do
Planet.
a cast
Yeah.
on that.
Like, it was the flying ship, and then it had like two little ones.
Yeah.
Then they had like a little sign when Luke was about to get thrown off. He did some like ballerina shit.
Well, he was like, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna give you one more chance.
Yeah.
Let my friends go, or you're gonna die." Everybody starts laughing like this.
Yeah.
We already got you by the shackles, bro. Boba Fett, the #1 bounty
Yeah.
hunter as of this moment in time. Boba Fett, like I love Boba Fett, but the lore of him is
Man,
bigger
Boba-
than what he
yeah.
actually is.
Boba Fett was it. Boba Fett means more to the toy world of Star Wars than he does
Yes,
to the
but
movies.
that grew to, bro. He's one of the most popular characters.
Yeah, he is.
Who shared barely any time whatsoever.
He is because
So-
he's cool looking.
Yeah, so we have this big back and forth. You know what I mean?
And then he did that whole flippy
Han
divey
Solo
thing.
can't see because his vision is blurred from
Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
You know what I mean? So they start fighting, and this whole big scene, and it ends up fucking Boba Fett dies.
Boba Fett gets
there's this monster in the sand.
A sandworm.
With a big ass mouth. And I actually prefer the original cut to this.
Yeah.
Compared to the Lucas cut, because Lucas cut looked like trash. Looked like
Yeah.
a fly trap coming out.
Yeah.
When the original one was just a mouth in the
Yeah,
sea.
it's just
fucking, you know what I mean? Just the earth fucking eating you.
Yeah, like
You
we
know what I
didn't
mean?
like honestly, Lucas. We really didn't need a dramatic scene of it biting him.
It was perfect the way it fucking was.
Yeah.
What was wrong with you?
So again, the whole thing with R2D2 shooting the lightsaber up, and then Luke Skywalker doing the flippity flip.
Yeah. Do a
And
little
then
flip, a little dramatic
little flippity flips
That's what he was
and
practicing
lightsaber.
in 2 years. He was
Yeah,
doing
that
his
was
flips.
just for that.
He was just doing his flips.
Just for that. Like after the thing, he was like, "Fuck."
I've been jumping through hoops for years. I might as well do some flips.
Yeah. So he did the whole Jedi thing, and then they
Finally
had
got
a
rid
big
of his
battle.
Farrah Fawcett hair too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 'Cause-
Now he just had a bowl.
yeah, no, well, you know, it's the '80s, bro.
Yeah, and it's Cliff.
This ain't
yeah.
the disco era of the '70s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is the
And
80s.
well,
Early 80s. So this is 70s
83.
is still like.
man, this is when Punk
Dishing
started
out.
fucking coming in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and this
But
is
he didn't look
the
like
year
Punk.
before the
He
greatest
looked like a
year
Beatle.
of movies in general. 1984 is defined as the greatest year of movies. Like they have more hits
Yeah.
in that year than any other
Yeah.
year. But back to it. Lando gets thrown into the pit. Han Solo is grabbing him.
Yeah.
Chewie's grabbing him. Boba Fett gets knocked into the pit and dies, bro.
Yeah.
Like the man had nothing. They hit him in his jetpack, and they flew him off real quick.
His backpack
Smacked him
got
to the thing
jets.
and then fell into it.
He's Boba.
At this
the Fett.
time, Jabba the Hutt's not paying attention, and sexy ass Princess Leia takes the chain and chokes him to death. One of the greatest scenes, toast to her because she gets her hands dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's always just been this girl that's been there, like a victim of circumstance, or well, I wouldn't say circumstance. She actually
Yeah.
egged on the entire thing.
Yeah.
She's the whole reason why this is all.
Yeah,
going on.
she was the leader of the heist.
Exactly, but she's not afraid to get her hands
The
dirty.
Jedi heist.
You know what I mean?
So, whatever happened to the bird guy?
The bird guy.
Yeah.
We hope that he stayed, that he lied.
I think what happened is he took over the underground.
He's a little short, little thing.
Yeah, he wears a suit.
See, like, yo, I was reading something and it was hilarious. It was like, yo, he was the cracked out Muppet that never made the cast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yo, he was one of my favorite characters ever.
Yeah.
Because he was just badass. He was just demonic looking. And
So
fucking-
now he's the in our version of the movie, he's the underground ruler of the bounty hunters.
Listen, man, we should do that. We should write a script. For
He has like a tie. He wears like a Tony Montana suit.
He's nothing but white shit underneath his nose all the time. He has girls chained up behind him.
He did it first.
He did it first.
He did it
And all
first.
he does is eat baby
Remember, it was a
Jawas.
galaxy long, far, far
He
away.
eats baby Jawas,
He ate baby Jawas.
which is not as cute as Baby Yoda. Let's
No.
put that like that. All right?
He has the so that bird thing is the ruler of the bounty hunters. Just so you guys know, that's the truth.
So yeah, to save the day.
So they got all back together.
And then Luke ups and runs away
Back to Dagobah.
fucking, to go
Dagobah.
fulfill yes Dagobah. To go fulfill a promise to an old friend. It's
So-
been 2 years. How's
All
that
right,
an old
man.
fucking friend?
All
You
right.
barely
First
know
of
the
all,
motherfucker.
first of all, Yoda knows you're bullshitting saying you're a Jedi master, so he's disappointed in your ass. Like, all right, you should train and let me call you one. No, you took the name already,
I'm pretty sure I have the power to summon you across the universe.
man.
If
Yoda.
Darth Vader can choke somebody light years away, I'm pretty sure Yoda can be like, all right, Luke, come back.
Man.
But I think Yoda was waiting for him to feel comfortable with himself
Yeah.
to come back for his training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what he does. He hops back in his X-Wing
Yeah.
and flies to Dagobah.
Yeah. Back to the
So-
swamp planet, and you see a dying Yoda.
Now we flash back to one of the Empire's ships.
Yeah.
Where a ship comes, settles in, everybody is in formation. I love these scenes, man.
Yeah.
They look visually awesome.
Yeah, because
You
the
know what I
colors they use the
They always
grays,
have
the
an
white,
open
the
back
black.
That nobody realizes there is an invisible force field
Yeah.
that stops the space from
Yeah,
sucking
yeah,
them out.
yeah.
But it just looks dope.
Yeah.
All the soldiers, everybody.
Yeah.
stormtroopers, and this is when we get the first physical appearance of the Emperor.
Yeah.
Palpatine.
And his red stormtroopers.
Well, they were close. They were like Siths.
They're Imperial guards. That's what they call them. Imperial guards.
They weren't in. Because the red one was actually part of the Empire, from what I recall. I would actually have to talk to my boy Pete Big about that. They know more.
No, they're his guards.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what they are.
But there's a red
No,
stormtrooper that's in the stormtrooper.
That's in the newer ones.
Okay, know. I would have to ask them about that.
Yeah.
Because they know more of the real technical needs of everything.
Yeah.
They're so
No, the red one was in the newer ones. They were.
But they know their names.
Yeah.
I would have to Google.
No, but those are the Emperor guards.
I like to add them into.
Yeah. But those are the Emperor guards. I know the four red cloak dudes.
So Palpatine comes, fucking dominant. You know what I mean? But this is the first time you see, Darth Vader has been such a dominant force. He bows to him. He kneels to him.
Like a bitch.
You know what I mean? Like a little bitch. Like, I swear to God, like, you were supposed to be this diabolical being, in like the most feared man ever, and then this Emperor guy comes in. It looks like a fucking raisin, a California raisin. You know what I mean? And he bows to him. He literally asks him. He's like, "Yo, I want to seek Luke. I want to bring him in." And he's like, "No, Luke, don't worry about Luke. Worry about the task at hand right now." Yeah. You know what I mean? I like that scene because that's the first time you actually get to see what the Emperor looks like. Because we saw him in hologram in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
You only heard his name, I think, once in A New Hope.
Well, considering the remakes, the Lucas cuts ones, you kind of seen him more than you saw him in the original.
Yeah.
They showed his face once in the original one. That was the time that they were talking in Empire. Other than that, you never saw him on that. The Lucas cuts, you kind of got the gist of him in the beginning and then in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, I'm not too savvy of the difference.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't consumed in that world.
Because the things I know that are different is the things I don't like. So those are things I pinpoint that I know for a fact they're not in the original cut. They're from the new cut. Because those are the things I just don't like. And I don't like how they added it. Because you could tell they added it because it looks newer.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the time stamp of where things are. And that's my little thing.
No,
but
I feel you.
Yeah, Emperor has had a thing. Like, you know what it reminded me of? What was it? Mr. Spacely and George Jetson.
Like he comes in, everybody. I know you. You look like George. What the hell was his name?
It was George Jetson.
George Jefferson.
No, George Jetson and Kevin. You remember the Jetsons, the cartoon?
Yeah, I mean, I vaguely from when I was a kid. His boss.
Yeah, Mr. Spacely was the boss.
Like
he looked like
Sherman Hemsley.
Yeah.
He looked exactly like him. I know that's it. Like that's.
Yeah. So that's what it reminded me because Emperor's a smaller guy compared to Darth Vader, and he's just like, "Okay, boss. Okay, boss. Okay, boss."
Yeah, that's literally what he was. He just Palpatine was just like, "Shut up.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Let's get this fucking Death Star done."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, like, I gave you all this money, and look.
Look at these taxpayers' money. What are they going for? Do you think these suits are cheap? They don't protect nobody.
Yo, I would love to see like the this is the payroll of the Empire.
See, I think they're all doing it for free.
They're all interns.
Slave labor. I mean, if you go back to Attack of the Clones,
they're all like interns.
If you know Attack of the Clones, you know who they are.
You all get college credit.
They only apply with them. But as you see in these movies, they have personalities. They're actually people. You know what I mean? So,
they all get college credit.
Yeah, well.
That's why they can't shoot for shit.
It's an internship. That's what it is. It's a fucking internship.
That's what I'm saying. It's like an internship. They all work for free and they can't shoot for shit. That's what you get when you don't pay your guys. They don't learn skills.
But all right. So we flash from that scene. We go to Luke.
One thing I noticed in this one that I was a little disappointed with, the lack of different spaceships.
Yeah, well, that's the technology of the time.
No, but like in Empire, you had like so many different spaceships at this time. You had the Executioner, and then you had the Star Destroyers, then you had the Snow Speeders, then you had the AT-ATs and the AT-STs, and then you had the TIE bombers. You had like
TIE bombers badass.
You had like a big mix of like different spaceships. This one you just had the two fucking regular ones in the Millennium Falcon.
Well, the one that winged up, I forget the name of that.
Yeah, that's the bird, the swan. I don't know.
That one is used probably.
That was used in the last movie.
But the rebellion, obviously, the rebellion aren't being funded like that. You know what I mean?
No, the
so
rebellion. The rebellion. I understand the X-wing, the Y-wing, but Empire's got new shit.
Man, you think if they had money on some real shit, in all reality, they've mentioned that the Millennium Falcon's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Through every single fucking movie. You know what I mean? Except for this movie, even though it looked like a piece of shit in the movie, and then Han Solo tells Lando not to put a scratch on it.
But if it's not broke, don't fix it.
If they had money, wouldn't they get a better
But
ship?
if Han Solo is as good
Han
as
Solo didn't even walk in the Millennium
I know,
Falcon in this
but if he knows that that's his ship and that's his baby.
Lando was, I don't know. That's later. That's later. But let's go. I feel you though.
Yeah,
you are right.
Yeah, there was a lack of like. I think that was my problem with this movie. That was my problem with this movie too. There was not enough new stuff. There was a lot of old stuff and.
But I can understand it because it ties in. We don't need something dramatic every single time.
No, but but Empire's building a fucking planet. You should have new ships.
Yeah, I mean they're doing Death Star 2.0. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's my only thing. Like again, lack of different like spacecrafts and things like that. Like again, like Empire, you got introduced so many different fucking weapons. You could have made it like an alternate version of AT-ST and make it the tank or some shit like that, and just have it differently. Like how. Again, you think about it like you really think about Star Wars. It's just all fucking toys. If you really think about it,
you make the AT-ST like that machine in RoboCop. They could have made it look like that.
There you go.
Made a little smaller with some machine guns on the side.
And have a stormtrooper in them.
Like it was like a dinosaur with small arms and fucking long, flimsy little legs.
They act like a T-Rex. They had no arms and big legs.
As they fall, they're done.
And exactly.
They're done.
They's like, all right, that's it. We did. But again, I wanted more. I just wanted more like spaceships and things like that.
I agree, but I can see of how keeping the story in its time. You know what I mean?
But as you said before,
that's what we liked. That's what we noticed.
As you said before, this is for kids.
Yes.
I would have sold every fucking toy I could possibly can off of this damn movie. So I would have had a new spaceship. I would have had Darth Vader with a brand new spaceship. I would have had Luke Skywalker with a spaceship.
So you had
everyone would have had a spaceship.
Everything was in 3-year spans from 77 to 80 to 83.
Yeah.
So they had enough time to
do
it.
And then R2-D2 would have had a spaceship.
Who had the
Kenner.
Kenner.
Kenner was on Star Wars until like the 90s.
Well,
and then Hasbro took over
the Toys That Made Us because that was showcased hardcore on it. It was one of the biggest.
I personally never liked them.
What?
The toys.
The toys?
Star Wars toys? I never liked them.
I don't know because I didn't collect them. I know my boy Maddie now. Shout out to Maddie if you're listening.
Yeah.
He was big into the toys.
I never got in. I mean? Like my cousin was. I
said it in our previous cast.
Yeah.
One of my few memories that I have with him when we were kids.
Yeah.
Was seeing him at Kmart in the toy aisle.
Oh yeah.
For episode 1 toy.
Yeah.
Or of something that he was doing.
But you got Jar Jar Binks.
But where you Jar Jar Binks? Fuck Jar Jar.
Bet you got Jar Jar Binks. No, but anyway, I like again like if you think about it, this was the third movie. This was supposed to be the last movie. During the time, and especially during 1983. 1983 was a big boom with toys.
Yeah.
Because you had Master of the Universe, you had Transformers and He-Man all coming out.
Capitalism and merchandise really start flying.
And that's the reason why. I
think these movies actually started helping that more.
Oh, they were 100%.
You know what I mean? That and comic books. Comic books were selling.
Honestly, the comics didn't pick up until like mid '80s of the Star Wars and Transformers and everything like that.
Stuff for like little kids.
Yeah. But like the toys
underwear
wise,
and
yeah.
Superman toys. And
No,
like,
but toys wise,
Yeah.
toys were big.
like the world of toys.
Toys were
grew
big.
in the 80s, like motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But also, like, there's a lot of things you could have did easily, with, especially with a lot of things you did. But no, what you did, you gave us like a wooden fucking play set with the Ewoks, and it was like,
listen, man.
you went from the Death Star to fucking all these spaceships to a fucking tree.
Yeah, no, I agree. Who the fuck wants the tree, man?
That's my biggest thing with this was the
At the same time, fucking the real Ghostbusters is coming out with the fire truck, the firehouse.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the most sought out.
The fire
toys.
truck,
It's just
firehouse
in the fucking box. Right
but
now.
that was 86.
Yeah, but it's still the 80s. It's
Yeah,
still like the era of that. You're like Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah,
and
between
fucking-
that. Oh, fuck the Cabbage Patch.
I understand, but they were fucking,
They're fucking creepy.
they were the toys of that era.
Yeah.
But we're going.
Yeah.
Going
No. But just the same. Like, again, this is the movie that's trying to sell. Like, again, one of the sides of this movie is selling toys. You would have added a lot more things into this movie to sell toys.
You're not trying to make money purely off of ticket sales because you're not going anywhere with that. When they started doing trading cards, they started doing a whole bunch of things.
No.
Fucking Europe and France and everything started making bootlegs of this, which is actually a crazy surge right now. Looking for these things. I was just watching an old episode of Comic Book.
Yeah.
And the guy was selling old bootleg shit.
Yeah.
From overseas that are sold out for like $12,000.
I have a lot of conversations with shout outs to Santana, Chris Santana that works with us. Like I have a lot of conversations with him because
he likes that shit. I know.
No, he's really big into it, and he like shows me a lot of things. But I showed him a lot of things also with the Ninja Turtles and the Power Ranger wise. Like Power Rangers, especially Power Rangers, fucking so many bootlegs of Power Rangers. But no, for here to say this is a Star Wars cast and everything like that. But again, you made this movie the first two movies.
Capitalize off the first two movies.
And then
might as well go for the gold.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but what you did was you gave us a fucking tree that fucking went down.
And Ewoks.
Yeah,
basically, that's really what you gave us. There's nothing else new.
Yeah, so
besides that.
and like there's no toy of the half Death Star.
Which looks dope. I think the half Death Star.
It looks pretty cool. It looks like
it's like a Lego being built.
It looks like it's not done yet. Like
because it's not. But all right, so
like to be continued.
So we shoot over.
Yeah.
We got to get back to.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what I mean? Which we can talk all day, but it's gonna be a 4-hour.
Let's go.
So, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Literally right after that goes right to Luke Skywalker back to talking to Yoda.
The self-proclaimed Jedi Master.
Self-proclaimed, and it's crazy because literally they're having a conversation, and the only thing I gathered really out of the conversation was Yoda was telling him that his life force was dying.
Yeah.
Like the whole time he was like, "Yo, it's my time to rest." He's like, "No, you're fucking Yoda." He's like, "My 900 years." He's like, "I'm strong with the Force, but the Force is stronger than me." You know what I mean? It's like, my twilight is coming. My life force is going to die.
That means fucking
I
die.
need some rest. Like, literally, he's crutching over, trying to get some rest, and Luke Skywalker's just sitting there fucking talking.
Yeah.
Talking. Like, bitch, let him fucking sleep. Maybe he would have been in the next fucking movie. You know, maybe he could have lived another 20 years or something, which ain't shit to them. You know what I mean? But, he kept asking about his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is Darth Vader really my dad? He's like, yo, bro, you know the fucking answer to this.
Like he told you.
So he is. Da-da-da.
But he's dark. He lies.
You know what I mean? He's like, your training is done. He's like, so I am a Jedi. And Yoda laughs at him. He's like, no, you not.
Like, you're a Jedi. You're not a master.
Pump the brakes, bro. Pump the fucking brakes. He's like, you have to see Darth Vader before you become that, because you have to face what you are truly afraid of, because in in A New Hope, when he went through the tunnel to find himself,
Empire.
the thing in A New Hope, but in A New Hope in the beginning,
he
had to go.
No, it was Empire. It was Empire when he saw himself as Darth Vader.
You're
Yeah,
100% correct.
I know. I played the Lego Star Wars.
We also have done a cast on it too, so.
I played the Lego Star Wars.
So he went through there, and that's what he faced. So he has to face that in order to become that. So he was like, but there's still hope.
Yeah.
There's still hope. But he wasn't really pertaining to who the hope was. So then he was like, there's another one.
Leia.
And then Luke literally, Leia.
Yeah.
oh, I have a twin sister, da da da.
I almost fucked her.
I really think that Yoda wasn't really talking about. Now, this is just me.
Yeah.
I don't think Yoda was actually talking about Leia. I actually think that Anakin was going to come back.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he was thinking, because there was still hope that, because Darth Vader is really complex. He's battling with himself all day. The
breathing.
Dark side is pulling him and pulling him and pulling him.
Dark side is pulling him. He can't breathe. There's a lot of things.
Exactly. He can't take a shit. You know what I mean? Like, how is he going to take a shit?
Does he take a shit?
I don't know. He's mostly a robot. Most of his body is a robot. He's like a torso. So when he sits down, he's sitting on his balls.
See, now I understand why he's so angry. Because he probably don't have balls. And he just like want to kill everybody.
He lives in a bubble.
Yeah.
Literally chained up, looking like Splinter in Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? And he's got to live in a fucking suit.
Yeah.
Now, that suit better have like some type of AC system. It must be hot as balls.
Oh man, he probably smells like old eggs.
So
eggs and sweat.
As soon as he has that conversation with Yoda closes his eyes, and then his life force disappears.
Yeah. See, in this movie, I think I agree with you that it may be Anakin, that he feels the force, something of a force in Anakin.
Because Leia didn't do nothing.
Because like I said in the Empire, when I was telling you the whole thing with Empire, and the one that he wanted to train was Leia. I feel that was true for that movie. For this movie, I could see it being Anakin. Just the fact that, again, like you said, Leia didn't do shit.
Leia didn't do nothing.
She was like, "Oh, I felt the air."
Don't get me wrong. She did. She still does things.
No, like he could contact her in the mind and shit.
Yeah. Which we don't know at this time.
You
know what I mean?
You need to have force with it. But she was like, "Oh, I felt." She's like, "I felt the wind. Like it probably was gas."
Hello. I thought Han poo-poo, dude. But Yoda disappears. His life force is gone. That's what happened.
I was sad about that.
That's what happens. Yeah, man, I'm sad too.
You love Yoda.
He said the funniest thing. He was like, "Yo, if you're 900 years old and look this good, you know what I mean? Fucking holler at me." Yoda was the man.
Yoda was a really good character.
And then he made a cameo in The Last Jedi, which was refreshing.
Yeah. So what crazy thing I liked about Yoda is the fact that I liked him in the original series more than I liked him in the prequels. I think the prequels
because he was an actual physical object. You know what I mean? He was a puppet.
Yeah.
Instead of a CG character.
Like I you know what? I thought his fight scene was badass. Like
no, he's a master Jedi for a reason.
Yeah, I was like but he had to crack his back and his legs. He had to stretch, do some like DDP yoga and shit. But but other than that, like he had a cool fight scene and shit like that. But I felt like he was way too serious.
Yeah.
In the prequels, and then this one
that's when he was. Well, he wasn't.
But then again,
we can't say he's so much younger. Because how many years? Well, like 30 years.
He's younger there. Like again, he's like 9.
All the movies is
man, he's 30. Old there. He's old in Baby Yoda, man. He
is old, Baby Yoda.
He's still old, but like in that sense, I just feel like I think the original 3 had more character into Yoda. He was funny. He was quirky. He was very blunt and very like.
I mean, in Empire Strikes Back, he was pretending to be some quirky little thing, and then as soon as you knew who he was, his whole mannerism changed.
Yeah, so that was the reason why I liked Yoda in these.
So like his comedy didn't change because he was 900 years old. You know what I mean? He was like young and hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And
like in the prequel, they just made him way too serious. That was my only thing. But other than that, I was sad when Yoda gone.
Yeah. And then literally right after he dies, fucking Luke Skywalker goes outside, and then who does he see? Fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, motherfucker, you keep poking in my life. Fucking help me, bro. Yeah. All you do is tell me shit. And then what does he tell him? He's like, yo, listen. He's like, Luke's like, yeah, you fucking lied to me. He's like, no, I didn't lie to you. A Jedi's perspective of the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
Regardless whether I stretched it or not. You
still
know what I mean?
The truth.
I said that your father was dead. Mm-hmm. Which means when Anakin turned to the dark side and turned to fucking Darth Vader, Anakin was dead.
Yeah, half his body's, most of his body's machine, like we just said.
So he was like, yeah, from my perspective, he was not. You know what I mean? Why didn't you tell me about Leia? Oh, because we thought it was safer for you guys to part and not be together.
So, I think Luke was just mad because he almost fucked the sister.
In a little bit.
I just think that's where he was mad about. He was like I kissed my sister twice, man.
So basically,
so you watched me kiss my sister?
So basically, the truth of Jedi is based on a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is like, I'm going to bullshit you until I get you to do what I want you to do.
Exactly.
He is an enabler and a manipulator, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, he is.
You are some bitch.
Yeah.
That's the only time you see him in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the only time.
Obi-Wan.
But, alright. So, right after that, we...
shout outs to, like, his show got a release date this year.
Kenobi?
Yes.
I didn't know if that was real or not.
No, it's coming.
Well, I'm
September.
going to fucking watch it.
Yes.
And it's going to be on Disney Plus, so...
Yeah.
And then they'll do that, and we'll also have Mandalorian and everything like that.
And maybe we'll see Yoda, like, in the clubs with Obi-Wan.
Shaking his ass. But,
Man,
so,
man, if you give me the license to Star Wars, I'll make some weird-ass fucking movies.
my shit would be like...
It would be like Blow.
Pornos, bro.
It would be like Blow with Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Yoda's fucked up days. When he was slaying bitches left and right.
He's smoking shit off his fucking saber.
God help us.
Oh man.
We're going to hell.
Can I get the Can I get a Star Wars license, please?
Please like and subscribe right now.
My movies would be amazing.
Tag us in any Star Wars post that you post out there.
If any of you guys do a video of Yoda snorting crack, I'm gonna sue you.
I will fuck you up.
Yeah, that's all right, dude.
It'll be hilarious.
That's all right, dude.
It's the reason why he turned so old looking, because his drug abuse.
Yeah, he had like 300 years of drug abuse.
He
tried everything.
He was young Corey Haim one time and turned into Gary Busey.
He went from penicillin to fucking crack cocaine
in a matter of 100 years.
What was like what the Westerns was like whiskey.
He probably pimped hoes. He probably did a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, he probably experimented. Like
psychedelics.
Oh
I can
man,
imagine their psychedelics.
Yoda have been everywhere.
Acid, man, a little taste of Yoda blood.
He probably had like a Beatles
take
bowl.
You a long way.
He probably had a Beatles bowl haircut.
The Beatles are around.
He's the fifth member.
He's the fifth member.
He was Rufus.
He was Rufus. Master Yoda. We've been drinking, just so you guys know.
Thank you, Lagranita.
And
Voodoo.
Yeah, Voodoo. We like to showcase a beer as we do our.
Yes. And that's why we go way off the movie when we do.
But it doesn't matter. At least it's entertaining.
It's for your entertainment.
Listen, you can turn it off at any time.
Honestly,
because we need the views.
Honestly, I would say like my ideas are better than Lucas. I'm just saying.
But Lucas only wrote scripts. He didn't direct anything else but the first movie. Yeah. So his say is his say until his say is no longer
until
his say.
the episodes 1, 2, and 3. That's Rich with him, and it's like
that was definitely you, motherfucker. I don't care.
Like we gonna blame you for that.
But all right, so. We
thinking about it is like he don't get credit for Empire Strikes Back because he didn't direct it.
Because he hates it. He says it's the worst one.
That's the best one.
You fucking loser.
That was the only one that was nominated.
That's why, because he was pissed off about it.
Fucking
because it was so
bitter ass asshole.
Whatever. Fuck him. But all right, so anyway. we leave Yoda. We gotta get back on topic.
We love Yoda. We're fans of Yoda. We love Yoda.
Yoda's the truth, man.
You know what? I'm gonna try to get a symbol of the not a Trekkie in Yoda's ears.
That would be dope.
That's the idea.
That is the logo.
Yeah.
For this.
I think I can even do that shit myself. So
I can do it too, man. I can draw. But all right, so
we'll collaborate. We'll talk about that.
And the rebellion is having a meeting.
Okay.
So we find out that Lando's a general.
Yeah.
And Han Solo's like, "Oh, you're a general?" He's like, "Yeah, I've been putting in work since you've been gone." Lando, bitch, you're the reason why he's been gone. All right.
But you know. The only thing I'll say with Lando is the fact that it was Han Solo's life for a bunch of others. I will take like he had his whole city that was gonna get killed if he didn't hand over Han Solo.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel you.
I
It's
understand.
for the greater good.
I understand I understand Lando. Lando's not as bad as we
Listen,
think he is.
Lando. Well, I just don't believe you, Lando. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
all right, so they find out that the new Death Star is being made, off of the forest moon of Endor.
What union they have?
I don't know, whatever it is, sign me up. Because
Yeah.
do they got dental benefits? How much do they pay into their benefits?
Man, they don't even have
If
railings
we
on.
pay 2%. I hope they pay less.
Man, they don't even have
But then
a
again,
railing.
They're fucking they're apprentices.
Yeah.
It's
They-
an apprenticeship.
Yeah, they don't even have railings on their laser. That was something that the Family Guy brought up. Like
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
laser
yeah,
came
yeah.
out, there's no railings. Like, oh, I just want a railing. Like,
So I can stand here.
I
funny.
feel like I'm gonna fall and die.
But so
Yeah.
they discussed that they're building a 2.0 star.
2.0.
And Palpatine is actually doing it himself.
He's like,
literally
"Fuck you, Darth
overseeing
Vader."
it. And so they discussed that there's a shield around the ship that in order to blow it up, they have to go to the forest moon and disrupt the like there's a
The
control
forest
thing
moon
that-
of Endor.
Yes. That's the forest moon of Endor.
Yes.
Yes. All of a sudden, Luke walks in,
Yes.
and literally Leia hops up like, "What's wrong?" Like she sensed something. And he's like,
Yeah.
Ask me later about it, bitch."
Yeah.
He literally like stiff armed her.
Mhm.
Like,
No,
but he
don't
looked
kiss
at
me.
her like an admirement. Like,
He's like,
I made out
"Don't
with my
kiss me."
sister twice.
Don't kiss me.
You know what I mean? So
Oh man.
So they discuss setting up a team to go to the forest moon to disrupt the sensor thing that
The
has
shield,
the thing.
yeah.
So Luke and everybody's like, all right, let's do it. Lando's like, all right, I'm the general. I'm gonna do this. Then we have a nice little conversation between Han Solo and fucking Lando about the
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon, which is so funny to me
Yeah.
because Lando's the original owner of the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon, and he's had it for the last couple of years since Han Solo's been in Carbonite.
Yeah.
And then Han Solo's like, yo, don't fucking put a scratch on it. He's like, I know it's yours. But it was like such a snarky, like over sarcastic way, like, bitch, like I had this shit first. Won in the card game years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that dialogue together was funny because it sort of showcased their friendship, but also showcased their
The history in it.
that
way,
that
too.
and their bumpage of being alpha
Yeah.
because they're both alpha
Yeah.
males. You know what I mean? They definitely are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they hop in the ship, and this is one of the things about this movie that I really like is this is when Han Solo really starts questioning things.
Yeah.
He hops in here and he's looking at the Millennium Falcon and he's like, I don't know if I'll ever see her again. I don't know what he was actually thinking because it's not really known. Is he thinking that he's never going to see the Millennium Falcon again because it's going to get destroyed?
Yeah.
Or is he thinking that he's going to die in this process?
Yeah.
It actually shows his humanity as a person at this time because he just went through a heap of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see that. I can feel that. This movie really made Han Solo be a person. You know what I mean? He actually cared about Leia in this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he just went through a whole big ordeal that he didn't even know was happening.
Yeah.
2 years, a year, whatever the fuck it was. A whole bunch of shit was happening. He just got thrown right back in the mix. Like, nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, they fucking light speed their asses over.
Yeah.
And they had a code because they were in one of the old ships.
Yeah.
They had a code to go in. And Luke's on it. Darth Vader's on the thing. And Luke's like, yo, I'm like endangering this mission right now.
Yeah.
I can feel him. He can fucking feel me. You know what I mean? They're like, no,
Yeah.
we got this. And then Darth Vader's on the other side. He's like, yeah, let them in. Lower them in, please.
I feel him.
You know
I
what
feel
mean?
both.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna endanger the mission. Like, bitch, you've been endangering everything since day one.
So I wonder what it feels like to like feel the force. Does it feel like when your foot falls asleep?
I feel like it's being really drunk and you're wobbling around down fucking
Yeah.
3rd Avenue. You know what I mean? And you bump into the wall like, thank you, pole.
Yeah.
Thank you, this. The force is there.
I feel like it's like when your foot falls asleep.
Or like when you're standing at the edge of the stairs and you wobble forward.
Oh, okay.
And you almost fall and then you... But the force is literally, like me personally...
It's like a reflex.
Being the person who I am, I'm very in tune with energy and stuff like that. Just as a natural Pisces, as a natural person, I feel energies in everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see it, I can feel it all day. So that is a force. Everything's a being in itself. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's really what it is. It's sort of biblical. It's sort of down that realm. You know what I mean? But so yeah, they go to the Death Star. Actually, no, they don't go to the Death Star. They go to the planet. They go to the forest moon of Endor. Yes. They land and what you call it? They land and they find the fucking the speed racers, the speedsters, whatever you like to put it. You know what I mean? They get separated, and they start on that. It's one of those scenes that are just like, that's what probably is one of the greatest scenes of the movie. It's just them chasing through the woods, chasing the stormtroopers, and it reminds me of the game Battlefront. And I understand the game Battlefront is newer in its time. You know what I mean? And it also, I'm pretty sure it was also shown in Shadow of the Empire from back in the day, which is a dope scene. But like literally, like the whizzing of the woods behind, chasing, so that they're not being noticed and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty dope. And then what ended up happening was they were originally on the racer themselves, and then Luke hopped off on his own, and then him and Leia, separated. So Luke ended up doing some fucking, Star Wars shit. Leia ended up falling off, and then we got introduced to the Ewok. You know what I mean? So we got these little furry little creatures that are trying to take over the throne of what's cute in Star Wars. Grab me a beer while you're at it, please. So Leia falls off, and we get introduced to the Ewok. You know what I mean? So she don't know what's going on, right? But like the Ewok runs away real quick, and then Leia just busts some ass. Yeah. Like this one, you actually see her the first time in this movie. She actually starts doing something like physical. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. It's the whole movie, she's just been sitting, sort of smitten. She's been falling hard since Han Solo's been coming back.
Yeah, she's pretty much been like the damsel in distress throughout this whole movie.
You know what I mean? So they get separated. Then we flash back to Darth Vader and Palpatine.
Before you go more, I hate the Ewoks.
Fuck the Ewoks. Tell me why you hate the Ewoks.
I don't like the Ewoks. I really don't like the Ewoks. They look like Teddy Ruxpin. I feel like they don't have a tape deck in their back, and they won't tell me stories. I just didn't like them. I felt like it was like just such a disadvantage because they were using technology and they just throwing sticks and wood. And even though they had a good plan, they used the big thing and they made a toy out of it, which I said earlier today. I just never liked them. They look like little hobos. That's what I think they do. They look like little hobos. And they all look like they have beards, and they all look like they need to shave it because it's all white-haired and sticky. They look sticky. They look like sticky little monsters.
Listen,
and I don't like them. Bro. I never liked the Ewoks.
They were badass. I don't care
what
you said.
They do look like Teddy Ruxpins.
They do. But Teddy Ruxpin was a non-weathered, living in the woods version.
Man, they look like hobos. They look like a bunch of little hobos.
Bro, they lived in the fucking woods.
But they look like they need a shave. They got ticks. And
they probably do.
They look like they're sticky.
In fucking a moon of Andor.
So I honestly think more of less is the fact that I was just mad that we got a fucking wooden playset of Star Wars, and it just pissed me off.
I feel like
I did like the speeders though. I think the speeders were cool.
The putting of the Ewoks into the movie was like a grab for merchandise. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That was, all right, let's put a fucking cute, because they were cute. Yeah. They were cute. You can't deny that they weren't cute.
They're alright.
They're alright. They're not Baby Yoda, but
they're not Baby Yoda. They're not B88.
BB-8.
BB-8.
BB-8's in the game.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love him.
BB-8 is fucking amazing.
He's Wally.
Please go and play that fucking game.
I call him Wally.
The game is fucking awesome.
He's Wally.
He is like a Wally.
I call him
Wally.
Wally.
Has the wide frame instead of the straight.
I call him Wally anyway. Because I always forget his name, so I learned his name.
That was total merchandising right there. That's like, let's make this a cutesy kid movie like it should be. Badass. But, listen, I don't want to spend too much time on the fucking Ewoks, alright? Because I know you don't like them.
I wish I could shave them all bald.
But, alright, so now we flashed Darth Vader. Darth Vader's back with Palpatine.
There we go.
And the Emperor. And he's telling him about the Rebel Force now. You see the scene, it's like, it looks so dope to me. It's like the Emperor is sitting in a chair with that globe look into space. Like it just looks powerful. He looks like an emperor. It made Darth Vader look like he was a nobody for fucking 2 movies.
And you know what? I think that was the purpose of this is to shun down Darth Vader in this movie.
Sun him.
Yeah, he sunned him in every single area. He got fucking sunned.
Yeah,
he wasn't commanding the fleet no more.
He didn't kill a single person.
He was a
in
bitch.
This fucking movie, bro.
He was a bitch. He killed himself. That was it.
Well, he didn't kill himself, but that's neither here nor there. But he was telling about the Rebel Force, like they're on the moon right now. And what does Palpatine say? He's like, I know.
He's like,
I've orchestrated this. I've been basically the puppet master of this whole thing. He was like, and then Darth Vader, all he wants to do is grab Luke. He's just like, I want to fucking get my son so we can do this already. You know, you keep talking about bringing my son to the fucking dark side. Let me do it. He's like, yo, patience, young Padawan. in an Obi-Wan term. You know what I mean? Or Yoda term. But he's like, yo, his eagerness to see you is going to be his weakness that's going to drag him here.
Yeah.
So fucking patience, relax. You know what I mean? Like, but he didn't say it so nicely as I just put it. You know what I mean? He actually even questioned Darth Vader's thought process on it. He was like, yo, you're not seeing shit clearly. Fucking listen to me, follow fucking orders, and shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Well, I will make an example out of you, little bitch. Put you on my knee and spank you. You might not have an ass, but it is what it is.
He's a metal ass. He'd be
ding,
ding, ding, ding.
He's like, yo, he keeps talking about this premonition of things that's going to happen. Like, he knows it. Like, he's willing it into existence. You know, Palpatine is actually stronger than Yoda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the sense of many different ways. You know what I mean? Like, the power to even drag somebody to the dark side and keep him there, to manipulate him, when that person who's Anakin Skywalker at this moment in time is the strongest Jedi who ever lived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What stops him from overpowering Palpatine? It's manipulation. Manipulation is a key to a lot of things. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep pertaining to that one interview that I watched, but it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really did. Like the power of shadowing Anakin's darkness over Yoda is more powerful than Yoda. You know what I mean? Because Yoda's supposed to see all this shit.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be.
But then again, Yoda, that's the reason why he went to Dagobah, because he got scared. He didn't want to deal with all this shit.
You go into hiding.
Yeah.
And hiding really doesn't do anything for you.
No,
it literally abrupts you from the world. He got no pussy on that planet unless he was fucking animals.
Maybe he was.
I don't know. Maybe
there were some frogs there.
Ribbit, Miss Piggies, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but I could see that. I could see. You know, we're gonna bring that up a lot because throughout the whole cast, we're still gonna be talking about Jedi and the whole Force and all that shit.
Well, because that's the whole.
But it makes sense. Yeah, that's the basis of everything. So we're gonna still initiate this conversation because you have to be show this. The whole thing with Vader, again, this is the whole thing was just like him taking over. He was just like, I used you for what I needed you to do.
You were a pawn.
And now you
thought you were a king.
Now your job is to get your son to join us.
Because
if not,
he is now the higher ranking than you. He's what's going to bring us.
He's kind of like a pedophile.
Yeah, well, let's.
Like,
well,
I see your
Luke,
kid.
Luke wasn't a kid at this time.
No, I understand that.
He's not a teenager. He's not
but
a teen.
He was before.
You know, he looked like a member of fucking Hanson, but it doesn't mean he was. He's a kid now. He broke up the band. All right.
That's some pedophile shit though.
Yes, it definitely is.
He's like, you old. I want the younger one.
But now we flip to some funny shit. Yo, the Ewoks fucking ambush them. You know what I mean? And fucking. They're literally hanging Han Solo and everybody up by the stake, and they were like, "Yo, we're gonna eat him as the main course." Like, yo, what's happened to you, 3PO? They're like, yo, they look at me like I'm a god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're
like, yo, then tell them that we're good. He was like, I can't because it's not part of my algorithm. To pretend to be a deity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't pretend to be a god, which is so dumb.
But again,
he talks so much. Why can't he just say, "Yo, these are my"?
But you got to realize is that he's a robot still. No matter what, he's a droid. He is a robot. He's programmed to be a.
But why is he programmed to be fucking annoying?
Because that's what he was programmed to do.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's sensors. There's limits to things. But that's when we get to see Luke with. Finally, we get to see more of his force.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like. He makes 3PO start floating. Yeah. And it makes the Ewoks all of a sudden fucking, love everybody and shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We bring love.
Fucking Princess Leia, she was already hanging out with them.
Yeah.
She made pets of them.
Yeah.
She braided their hair.
To get the booty, they braided her hair.
So fucking
Leia wearing braids and shit.
Then now this turns into one of the biggest moments I think in this movie, not in all the three.
Yeah.
Like they Luke and Leia, they dip off on the side, and then Leia's like, "Yo, what's wrong? What's going on with you?" And then Luke asks her just a random ass question like, "Yo, what was your mom like?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, I've never even known my mom." She's like, "Yo, I remember a little bit of her." Da da da. And then he explains to her about the Force. He was like, "Yo, you don't have the Force within you." She's like, what? He was like, yo, it's like my father has the Force. My father before me has the Force. I have the Force. The Force is strong with me. Mm-hmm. The Force is strong with my sister. Yeah. You are my sister. Bomb drops. Boom. Nuke in the background.
It wasn't as big as the father thing, but
not
it
at
was
all.
there.
But
because he kissed her still.
In the world of Luke Skywalker, he thinks he's dropping a bomb.
Yeah.
And then she what? So like calmly was like, I've always known. I've always had a feeling.
You nasty.
Hint incest, bitch. You fucking kissed him fucking twice.
You nasty, Leia.
You nasty, Leia.
You nasty.
It's horrible.
I always knew. So you let me? Yes.
But he starts telling her.
She came from a foreign planet.
He's like, yo, I can't kill my father. Like, I feel that there's still good in him. I feel like shit is going, like, I can make a difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then literally Darth Vader lands on the planet. And I don't know how even Luke, they totally skipped it. Just a blotch in the movie. Yeah. Because it goes from that scene to Luke Skywalker being captured and walking in talking to Darth Vader.
Luke's handed himself over.
Yes, but I want to see that.
So
why can't I see that?
I remember in the original cut, Luke handed himself over.
I don't see that in this one.
Yeah. So
remember, I have more. Yeah. I have more knowledge of this version of the Lucas cut version than I do of the original one.
So in the original cut, what I remember is he left after he said everything. He left and let himself get captured.
Yeah, because he wanted to see Darth.
Yeah, so he let himself he left though. He left the planet and just let the spaceship go and let Vader capture him.
Vader came to the planet.
Yeah,
he landed.
Yeah,
it's like he even felt it. He's like, yo, he's here.
Yeah,
he's here right now. So literally, he comes in shackled up, and then he's like, you don't need to shackle him. It's fine. Then they start walking like father and son. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, hi, son. You see them play catch.
When I saw it, I was like, yo, this is so funny. How they just so nonchalantly just start going in the conversation. Darth Vader, basically
he started playing catch.
Tells him, and he's like, yo, listen, you need to come to the dark side. It's your fate. It's your fucking destiny. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. He's like, there's still good in you. He's like, Anakin, da-da-da. He's like, Anakin's fucking dead, bro. Yeah. Don't utter those fucking words again to me. You know what I mean?
I see them playing baseball together.
Twitch.
Going fishing.
Throwing a football.
Yeah.
Handing down his his stormtrooper playboy.
Together.
This is the person of peace. That's horrible. Shouts out to Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo Rangers are drink of choice. But but this is the first time you see Darth Vader actually acknowledge that Luke is powerful.
Yeah.
So like to me, if I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm like, wow, this guy who I've already fought, chopped off my hand, found out he's my father, the most evil, diabolical being, besides the Emperor, of course.
Man, I would still want to fuck him off with my hand.
Acknowledge that I'm fucking powerful, but the dark side is more powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo.
And they have cookies.
Yeah, they have cookies. I like cookies. Fresh baked, warm.
I don't know.
Oatmeal
Whatever
raisin.
you want. Whatever you want, we have.
He even says, he's like, yo, like I see it. Like they're having such a calm conversation.
Yeah.
Like that's just, it's crazy to me to even think that these guys were fighting and battling for so long, and then all of a sudden, like, bitch, like, you might be my father, but you're not my dad. There's a difference. You have to earn a dad status. You know what I mean? Do you feel me? Like, I've dealt with this in my life, so, like, I understand the difference between a fucking father and a dad. They had a father and son conversation about him becoming bad. Yeah. And then he's like, no, Dad, I don't want to be like you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like you. Which is in what?
I don't want to love you.
I don't want your life. Cheers to fucking that one right there. Varsity fucking Blue. I don't want your life.
I don't want your life.
He's like, yo, whatever the fuck you say, bro. Your new master's Palpatine.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Like, Dad, you're a bitch.
Now you a little bitch.
Dad, you being a bitch.
So at this time, Lando is sitting there waiting, and then he puts himself into hyperdrive, and he comes, not knowing what's in store for him because he thinks that they disabled everything.
Yeah.
And Palpatine actually has been having his empire, all the ships, stationed somewhere. So they start going into like a battle. You know what I mean? And then it stops right there, and it goes back to the Ewoks. Back to Han Solo and everybody who's still trying to go and do this.
Take down the shield.
And that's when the Ewok steals the fucking the ship, which I thought was cool.
That was fun.
I thought it was fun.
That was fun.
Hops on, just hits the button and fucking goes. He probably fell off at one point in time.
Probably.
Little shit.
He had no legs. Like, he couldn't hit the acceleration. I understand. Yeah. Moving on.
So he finally introduces Luke to Palpatine, the Emperor.
This is my son.
And he explains to him because, one of the things that made Darth Vader feel like he has grown as like a Jedi, as like a Force, is that he made his own lightsaber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't have his father's lightsaber anymore.
Yeah.
Which makes sense in the new movie that
You're talking about Luke, not
Luke.
Vader.
Yeah, no, Vader is talking to Luke and telling Palpatine, like, look, this is what he made. You know what I mean? And then, so Palpatine's sitting there, he's like, yo, listen, like, all your friends are about to be fucking dead. You might as well fucking come with me.
Yeah.
And fucking doing this. I've had this shit planned out forever. I've been the puppet master. You know what I mean? So.
For many years.
They come in. Fucking,
for many moons ago.
Wait, the commander, that fucking, that shrimp-looking dude. I forget his name. I know his name, too.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that I don't remember it right now, but I'm kind of drunk.
It's a trap.
Yeah, but then he's like, he tells them it's a trap.
Yeah.
But then they start fighting anyway, and what he says to them, he's like, may the Force be with you. Bitch!
Yeah.
You don't know shit about the fucking Force. Who the fuck are you?
General.
You know what I mean? So, the whole thing of what Palpatine's trying to do now is trying to, because literally Luke is standing there in the cockpit, basically.
Yeah.
Watching the entire battle happen. He's like, yo, I feel the anger in you. Strike me down. Grab your lightsaber right now. Use your anger. Come to the dark side. The shit will stop. It'll stop right fucking now. He's like, no, I will not do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it flashes from that to the big battle with the fucking Ewoks. beating up fucking AT-ATs and fucking AT-SDs, STDs and fucking whatever's floating around in those woods.
General Revis. No.
General Revis. General Revis. Pete and Bigger would be really mad at me right now.
You know what? I'll probably be wrong though. Rebel General.
We got to look up facts around here. But that whole scene starts happening. Like the Ewoks start swinging from fucking vines, start throwing rocks at AT-STs and fucking whole bunch of things. You got the
General Akbar.
Yes. Akbar. Whatever the fuck his name is.
General It's a trap. Yeah, he looked like fucking Zoidberg from Futurama.
All the Ewoks start coming out of the woodworks. We had the one scene with the bat flying Ewok. Mm-hmm. Tell me he didn't remind you of the bat from the Never-Ending Story.
He reminded me of Wile E. Coyote.
The Never-Ending Story came afterwards, so they might have actually stole that.
He reminded me of Wile E. Coyote when he had the green bat suit.
See, now,
genius.
At this time, Lando starts realizing shit's fucking wrong. It's like nobody's really attacking. Like we're attacking them, and then Palpatine's like, "Yeah, there's a reason behind this, bitch. Yeah. Surprise! The Death Star is fucking active." It starts blowing shit up, which was crazy to me. Yeah. It was so dope. It was like all of a sudden, out of the blue, this Death Star that you're trying to fucking blow up is actually active. The first thing that they created was the cannon to it.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is he kept it the way it looked. So you think it's destroyed.
Yeah, to lure them in.
Yeah, exactly.
To kill the rebellion scum.
Exactly. To make it look like a half moon. Like eclipse.
One thing I like about the whole scene with the excuse me, with the Emperor, every time he's talking to Luke, he's sitting there and the light shines over his eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the rest of him's like dark.
Yeah.
So it's like his eyes are trying to like mesmerize him.
Yeah.
Sort of like a cobra. Yeah. Sort of like Jafar.
Yeah.
Jafar's snake staff.
Mm-hmm.
For people who are more relevant with Aladdin and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's seducing him with his talk. He's like a snake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The entire time. He's like, yo, take it, strike me down, do it. And you see Luke getting all flustered and fucked up and stuff like that. So Luke basically he at this moment in time he's just tired of it. He forces the thing over and tries to strike Palpatine. Mm-hmm. And then what does that happen? Darth Vader stops it.
Like, no, bitch.
And then we have a nice big battle scene between Darth Vader
and Luke Skywalker. It's probably one of the most memorable ones of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
This is when he finally got the upper hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the same time that battle's happening on the moon, fucking Han Solo and Leia are trying to break into the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then they get ambushed and shit happens, which leads to another one of the biggest memorable scenes of this movie is when they get cornered and Han Solo looks at her and she pulls out a little gun. Yeah. And he's like, I love you. Oh. And she's like, I know,
bitch.
Tell me not. Tell me that wasn't like...
Yeah, that had to be because he did it first.
Them two, bro, they really fell in love in this movie. You know what I mean? Like...
After she kissed her brother.
After she kissed her brother.
Nasty bitch.
So,
nasty.
So back to Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, because this is more important than anything that's going down. They're
That's
fighting.
what it sounds
Luke's starting to get the upper hand. And what really pisses me off, because this is one scene where they're fighting, and Darth Vader literally on his own drops to his knees and goes in defense mode. Yeah. And then gets his hand chopped off. Like, bro, you did that shit on purpose. What happened?
That's what it sounded like. And it went zoom.
Fucking Luke, you know.
I did the sound effects for you guys.
Darth, actually, before his hand cut off, I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Darth had him cornered. He was hiding, and then he sensed that something was happening, and then this is when the first thing that pops up in his head was, "Holy shit, you have a sister."
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, Darth Vader has a premonition, a force-willed, as you would put it.
Yeah.
of him having a sister. He's like, maybe if you're not gonna fucking join the dark side, I already got somebody else that can fucking do it.
Yeah.
So that's when Luke does that.
Yeah.
And starts getting the upper hand of it. And Palpatine's like, you gotta kill him. You gotta do it. He's like, I'm not gonna do it.
He's like, kill him.
I'm not gonna
kill
do
him.
it. So this is when the Emperor comes up and starts fucking shockwaving his ass.
The jazz hands.
with the ugly ass face going on. You know what I mean?
It looks like jazz hands every time he does it.
See, but the whole time, and you can see it,
yeah.
And it's behind the mask, and it's crazy how you can see it, but it's not really shown. You can see that Darth Vader's having a real battle in his head,
yeah,
while this is happening.
Because he's not like, if you remember the first two movies, he was just relentless when it came to the lightsaber, and whenever he fucking fought with vengeance. This one, you could tell that he was just like a little off.
Well,
He's thinking too much.
The first movie, he was very.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna lead this on to a sequel.
But we gotta realize that he fought Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan was like 10,000 years old at the time. So I don't know. These Jedi's age mad quick, like old milk.
They curl.
So like you were saying, like I have a feeling that again during the whole battle, like he wasn't 100% in it to begin with.
He's been battling in his head
because
Luke has been saying,
because the fact that his son is really talking to him, and it's actually his son. It's probably the first time he actually saw his son. Like besides the time that he cut his arm off.
Yeah.
But he might have forgot. He might have regretted that.
Yeah.
He was like, I cut my son's arm off.
Like, I don't want
I
to
feel
kill
like
my
shit.
son right now.
I'm like, yo.
So he's watching Palpatine fucking do this to him, and you literally,
Yeah.
it pans to him doing it, like shocking Luke, and then pans back to Darth, and Darth's not even moving, but you can tell
Yeah, he's
there's
thinking.
something going on. And
That's you know what? I gotta give this movie credit. The fact that even though there's no like facial expressions or anything like that, you know he was going through some shit during that time.
But I think the music was playing
Yeah.
into it too. You know what I mean?
The music, I think the music helps 100%.
The music is probably
Yeah.
80% of these fucking movies.
Yeah.
I think, every time the Empire fucking walks in, they still have the same.
You
You feel the power of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, basically, now in my book,
Yeah.
it's probably one of the bitch ass moves ever because I wish Darth Vader would just stay bad.
Yeah.
He fucking.
He loves his son.
No!
No.
Which was added in, but in the Lucas cut, because
Yeah.
he never said no.
No, he just tossed
He
him
just
as
picked him
well.
up and threw him down the fucking shaft.
German suplex
But at
and
the
all
same
the fucking
time, he was
thing.
getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's actually what got Darth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So basically,
You
Han
fried.
Solo and everybody, they blow up the fucking thing.
Finally.
Shield goes down, and then Lando goes and does his
About time.
his New Hope maneuver.
Yes.
Which this is probably the only one moment in all the movies of Lando
Yeah.
that I actually like because he's really flying through it
Yeah.
and doing it, making it happen, and blows up the fucking Death Star.
With that I don't know. He looks weird. The dude with the big ears. What's his name? He talks like in Spanish or some shit.
with the double face.
Yeah.
Who's with him?
He talks in Spanish and shit. I'm like,
Like, what did you say?
are you from Mexico or are you from another planet? I'm not sure where the fuck you're from. Anyway, with that, yeah, like that scene is memorable. Is the fact that it was the end of all, and it helped build the story, especially with Vader. My thing with Vader with that whole scene, I will say with the edited with the sound effects makes sense is the fact that he's getting fried while this is happening.
Yeah, but
So-
when he before he picked him up, he said no.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So it was like the battle, like the dark side was fighting him
Yeah.
as he was fighting it because Anakin was still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anakin was still in there, and he was finally acknowledging it because finally he was brought to the attention of his son
Yeah.
about to die. Now, this is a first for him.
Yeah.
He's never experienced this before.
Yeah.
He never even knew he had a son until he fucking had a son. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now he just found out he has 2 kids. So
damn
the
it.
father instinct
Natalie
probably,
Portman, you're supposed to tell this dude.
I love Natalie Portman. Don't ever say anything bad about her.
But she's supposed to tell the guy she had kids.
But yeah. So he tosses. You know that scene right there.
I'm a dollar.
I hate it and I love it.
Yeah.
Because of what it represents.
Yeah.
But to me, it only shows that Darth Vader ended up being a little bitch at the end. And I've been saying that since day one.
You know, I will say is the fact it's a scene that it shows that he loved it. He really cared, like he really wanted a son. In that sense, is the fact that I feel when they did that scene is the fact that it was to show that when he found out he had a son. And then when this whole thing happens, he's seeing his son dying. Like, honestly, I swear to God, if I see my godson or if I had a kid and I see like that,
well, did Darth know the whole time?
I don't think. The thing is,
because if you go to the prequels, he knows that there's two kids. Because they had the two kids.
But he didn't know where they're at. That's the thing. That's what really fucks this shit up.
Because Empire Strikes Back, he tells him he's his father.
So,
but we don't know where he knows. Has he known it the whole time?
I feel.
Does he know that fucking what's her face and what's his face? The uncle and aunt.
All right.
Had him.
So no, this is what I think happened. I think he did not know he had kids. I feel what I hate is the fact that the prequels showed that Anakin was around her when she was pregnant. So he knows. I
remember the scene of him standing behind her and she holding the two kids.
And that's what. But then again, also he got burned to ash and probably got his fucking memory wiped and all that shit too.
Obi-Wan Kenobi even said in this movie that we're speaking of right now, he is more machine than he is man.
So there's a big chance that he had his mind wiped. To extent that he did not know.
The Emperor probably filled him in as it went.
And
we don't know what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, like maybe the Emperor was saying, "Yeah, that is your son. You got to get him to us."
He's the most powerful Jedi.
Yes.
Get him over here.
Yes.
Because we need to be dominant.
And then he probably did not know
until
of
the
Leia.
Force willed it. You know
and then I think he did not know Leia's existence until she actually used the Force.
He didn't know it until Luke and them were fighting.
Yeah.
He's like, you're hiding something. Oh shit, there's another one. Holy shit! So maybe that actually makes more sense now. Yeah. But obviously this is our interpretation.
Our interpretation is better. Just listen to us.
Of course, man. Like, listen to all of our cases.
I had a whole thing. Listen to that. That was really good. So
that was an enlightening moment right there. Toast to you, my friend. You've been scoring big, except for your hate for Ewoks in this movie.
But I gave a good life to Jabba's henchmen.
Ticks and fucking shit. You know?
But I gave a good life to the Jabba's henchmen.
Well, listen, we're going to do a cast of what is going to happen with him.
I gave him a good life, so at least the Ewoks could die. So he got a good life, the Ewoks are going to die. It's an even balance. It's the balance of the Force, you see? There you go.
And what's crazy, after Darth Vader tosses the Emperor into the shaft, you know, like he's hurt because he was electrified.
Yeah.
And what transpires from that, you see Luke dragging Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Everybody else is running.
Yeah.
To the ship.
Yeah.
And then he lays him down. And he's like, no. It's like, yo, I want to talk to you, but I want to talk to you without my helmet. Take my fucking helmet off.
Yeah. I want you to see the ugly.
Like, you should have kept it.
I want you to see my scars and my ugliness.
Now, and I said this in the first cast of A New Hope. There was 3 people who played Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's the guy who was actually in the suit. There's the guy who voiced the suit, and there's the guy who actually was the man with his helmet off. He's like an Italian actor.
And then that's the guy that's in Empire Strikes Back in the original cut.
Who?
The guy that shows his face?
Yeah.
That's the same guy that's in the original cut.
The guy got blackballed because he
the one that's in the original cut that shows his face, that's the same guy that's in the Empire Strikes Back in when the year goes. Yeah.
So it was
in the Return of Jedi. I mean, when they're all ghosts and shit, he was the one that was originally Anakin and not Hayden Christensen because he was not even born at the time.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Because he might have been born.
No, he wasn't born at the time. He's
Hayden Christensen is probably 10 years older than us, bro.
Yeah?
I would assume so.
I think he's around our age.
We going to the facts, baby. We
Yeah.
going to the facts. I got it real quick.
Hayden Christensen. He's 38 years old.
So he was 2 years old when this movie came out.
He was 2 years old.
When this movie came out.
Yeah, so if as long as he was a 2-year-old baby, like it doesn't work for me. So
but
yeah,
the
original cut was him.
So he takes his helmet off, and he's just like, I want to look at you now. Get out of here. He's like, no, I'm not gonna leave. And then Darth Vader dies. You know what I mean? At the same time, the rebellion blew up the fucking. Blew up the thing. The ship crashed into the Death Star, and the Death Star blew up. Okay, see, now that makes sense. Looking at that visually, yes.
Yes, that was the original cut. That was the guy that was in the
They
Vader
put
suit.
the Hayden Christensen in.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember that.
See?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It looks so bad.
It makes sense why they added him because he was Vader.
Yeah.
So basically, for the newer fans that watched the movie, they know he's Vader. So basically, they see the evolution of it.
But because he dies back in the light,
Yeah.
it's Hayden Christensen's version of Anakin because that was what was before he turned.
But sadly,
imagine if he was like all burnt into
but then
when he
again,
was standing there.
but then again, I would say Obi-Wan Kenobi should be fucking Evan McGregor. Ewan McGregor, yeah. And Yoda should be Baby Yoda.
Shouts out to Baby Yoda.
But yeah, like I feel like again, if you're gonna do that with Hayden Christensen, then you gotta kind of think about like the other characters, like how he's got his use form. I mean, Obi-Wan just got his old form.
But that's one of Lucas cuts that I can probably agree with.
Yeah.
For putting that in to transpire with the
next. I get it. I get
legacy
it.
Of
I get
it.
it.
You know
I
what
get
I mean?
it.
So
I get it. I don't
can
like
see
it, but I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
So boom, everything blows up, and there's a big ass fucking party throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, party.
You know what I mean?
And then they burn Darth Vader.
They give him like a Viking set off.
Man, wouldn't he spark if all that fire gone?
I have such a problem with motherfuckers praising people who kill people more than anything. And then all of a sudden they're good at the end, and then they get off a grand set off.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. That boy should have been.
Yeah.
He should have did a space set off where he got shot through a fucking a chamber.
Yeah.
Like they do in fucking space.
Or sent to the wormhole that Boba Fett was in. Like here.
Either or.
No, like here.
But
bye.
That
have fun.
Is our long and dragged out version of Return of the
I
Jedi.
I like my version better.
I like our version better. 100%.
I like our version better. 100%. Our version better.
Listen, we are literally shy of what the movie actually... It's 2 hours and 4 minutes for the movie itself.
Okay.
So we are just shy.
Yeah.
So listen to our version.
Yeah.
And you will get a grander
and
view of...
And you get a Tony Montana version of the puppet that was with Jabba the Hutt.
But now, on this notion right now...
On this notion.
Out of the 3 movies...
Yeah.
What was the biggest moment out of the 3 movies for you?
I think I have to. You know what? I'm gonna go with my original watching of the movies. When I first watched it, I watched the original cuts. I watched it on VHS. I still have those VHSs. I'll say the Vader father, I am your father thing. I think is the most iconic part of this movie. Because honestly, if you watch the original cuts, he had no fucking clue that was his father. Yeah. If you watched the edited ones, you kind of knew that he knew who was his father. So I think the edited cuts kind of fucked that up, and I think they fucked up that suspense and just that whole shit. Like, say for instance, you're going into watching it now, you're only gonna get the edited cuts. Yeah. So you ain't gonna have that
the real essence of what it was.
Yes, exactly.
I agree.
And that's what I feel that this movie that it needed. It was that essence of, oh shit, I am your father. The whole thing with Leia. You didn't know Leia was his sister until
the 3rd movie,
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but they hinted a tiny bit.
Yeah,
But we don't know.
Well, they
I think it was more of Anakin.
like I said, like in Empire, I think it was Leia. And Return of the Jedi, I think they were mentioning Anakin.
My theory with the one that can also be it, besides Luke, of it being Anakin, actually pays more truth now than anything because Leia did nothing.
So that was but that was in Return of the Jedi.
Now, if you catch up to nowadays, the last movie that just dropped, which I recommend everybody to go and see because it's an awesome movie.
It was a good movie.
Princess Leia does something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to ruin it for nobody.
Yeah.
Because it's still in the theaters right now.
So my thing is, like I said, with Return of the Jedi that you said was with the whole Anakin thing, I believe that to be true. But when Yoda was relented to fucking train him, I think he was mentioning Leia as having the power, and Leia having the Force in her. And the fact that she never tampered it, and there's a chance that she probably knew that she had it for quite some time, and she just never embraced it. I think she could have been probably more powerful than Luke Skywalker if you actually really put the training on her.
I just felt that the lack of her knowing throughout all the movies up to a certain point, then it's like, hey, I've always had a feeling.
So
that was a downer to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a low.
No, so the thing is, like what I said with Yoda in the second movie, that he didn't want to train Luke. He saw another that he wanted to train. And in that case, I think is Leia. Because you got to remember, Leia was a princess. Leia ran a kingdom. She had a good heart. She did everything for the people.
I mean, her as a character is the only reason why anything is even happening.
Yeah, but if you really think about the other one that he's saying that someone is stronger than her in the second movie and The Empire Strikes Back, you could really think that is Leia because Leia is a woman of the people. She is a queen. She is a princess.
She's a general.
She takes care of her people. She makes sure she puts her people first before herself, and that's a true trait of a Jedi. So I could see that in The Empire Strikes Back, seeing that as being Leia as the person he wants to train.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, I agree with the Anakin Skywalker thing.
Because to me, it just makes more sense because Leia didn't do anything.
No, she didn't.
She helped lead people to it.
Yeah.
With help.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until Anakin.
Luke.
Well, no, it wasn't until Anakin resurrected himself.
Yeah.
Because he was dead.
Yeah.
He was dead in the last two movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was no talk of Anakin
in
the first movie. I mean, there was a little bit about your father and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the resurrection of Anakin out of the dark side was what Yoda was talking about.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really talked. He didn't really say too much.
You know no. And that's what I agree with you.
The whole world thinks that it's Leia. I mean,
the return,
society.
Like I said, what you said with Return of the Jedi and that scene when he was dying and he said that, I think you're right.
It makes more sense.
No, it makes 100% sense. But when he declined and not wanting to train Luke, and he said there's no one that's better, I think he was mentioning Leia.
Probably because but at the end. We talking Endgame.
No, just in general, like just in that, if you really think about the two characters.
Well, because Luke at the time in Empire Strikes Back, he was washborn, wet behind the ear dude.
Yeah.
Leia was already
exactly.
So I'm right there with you.
Exactly.
So you are right with the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That was who he was talking about.
And then
in our perception, of course, guys.
And this is our I
don't want no backlash.
And then what you said about Anakin, I agree with that.
Times change.
Exactly.
Nothing is just like Palpatine. He said that he had everything already orchestrated.
Yeah.
He was the mastermind. He already foreseen everything.
Yeah.
Everything backfired in his fucking face.
Yeah.
What did Luke said to him? He said his overconfidence.
Yeah.
Is what is going to be his downfall, and that's ended up actually happening.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But we're going to wrap this one up.
Yes. What do you review this movie? What out of 1 to 5, what you give it?
I give it a. a slight 3.
Slight 3?
A slight 3.
I give it a 3.
I'll give it a slight 3 because there are things that just don't really like. I'll be honest. I don't like Lando. I don't care about Lando.
So
Lando did nothing to, except for fly through that one fucking thing. There's nothing that he did to really, in my eyes, redeem turning his back on his friend. You know what I mean? I understand it was for the greater good of saving Sky City and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's more lives on.
I get that.
Yeah.
But he didn't do, to me, he didn't fulfill the needs that I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted him to, like, go out in a blaze of glory for it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, he should have died in the big explosion of it instead of getting out. I could have lived with that.
Yeah.
I could have went out with that.
Yeah. And then
I would have been like, he martyred himself for a greater cause.
That's
for his friends' loyalty and friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That is the take that I would have taken.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? My little things are the inconsistency with the story. And I feel like, again, I feel like most people are not going to get the original cut. And I feel like Disney Plus really should put the original cut up.
You know, my friend Mike, and shouts out to my boy Mike, because he is my Obi-Wan to this Padawan over here, because he's the only reason. Yeah. And I will forever give him a shout out about this, because he's the one that showed me the way that made me the fan who I am, which made you recognize how much I actually cared about Star Wars for us to even have this podcast right now. Yeah. So I forgot where I was going with that. But
love you, man.
Yeah, no, straight that's my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I forgot where I was going. I would have to replay back to find out exactly what I was saying.
Anyway, my issues with this movie, like, I hated the whole Ewoks thing. I just didn't care for it. I feel like, again, the inconsistencies of stories, that I feel like they could have did better with it. I feel like, again, the original cut was better. Was a better take on this movie.
Oh, now I remember.
Okay.
They just re-released, because he's a very big into the pirating world.
Yeah.
They just finally re-released the original cuts in digital form out there.
Okay.
So you can get them.
Okay.
That's the whole reason why that transpired to what it was.
So the thing is, I could see Disney Plus getting them eventually, because they own Fox.
Maybe in, like, you know, because they're gonna reamp the series soon.
Well, they
shouldn't. They should wait like 10, 15 fucking years. Have side stories like Kenobi, Mandalorian. Keep the thrive of Star Wars alive.
Yeah.
Let's not go into another trilogy in 2 years.
Yeah. No, you're not gonna get that.
Because look what made Star Wars great, regardless of its flaws and its lows and its highs. It was 77 to 83 to what, 99 to 2006.
Yeah.
To
and then the re-release, the 2019. And then the re-releases was a big deal, because that
look at the gaps between it. We're talking generational love
big
that's
gap.
growing. There's kids right now who just watch these other movies with their parents, who are our age now, who grew up. I'm not saying for me, but we grew up off the original one.
Yeah.
So like the gap now, those kids are gonna grow up in 10, 15 years and have another trilogy going.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
true. No, that's true.
That's the way they should do it. But they're not going to, because society doesn't work that way these days.
No,
if
because
there's money, they're going to make it.
I think that what helped Star Wars really, like, get back into the whole thing, and especially with the prequels, was the re-releases in '97. They released all 3 movies a year apart, and they
and people were intrigued because they heard there was new stuff.
Honestly, I went to see them because I never got to see them in theaters, so I went to go see them.
I have not seen a single Star Wars movie until The Force Awakens.
I have seen every single Star Wars movie in theaters.
Because back in the day, I did not give a shit. Yeah. It was there in my life.
Yeah.
And I say this in every cast. We should have had this when we were kids. No, even better. We got it when we were adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for me, anyway. Because I have a better understanding. I do feel like I was neglected, but that was my own choice, because back when I was a kid, it wasn't important. I wish now that it was a part of my life growing up.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
All right. So I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a solid 3.
You know,
I think
I
it was.
can't. What I said, I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I have enough. There was enough excitement and action that kind of.
It was visually nice.
No, visually nice. I think the action scenes, especially the action scene with Jabba the Hutt and stuff like that, was a good scene. It's just there was a lot of stupid shit that happened in that scene.
Boba Fett died.
Yeah, I think it still was a good scene. Other than that, I thought the movie was good. I'll say if you could get the original cut, watch the original cuts. Is the fact that I just feel
They're
like
floating around.
I just feel like the extra ones are not that great. I hopefully Disney Plus adds them because they do own the rights of them now because they are under Fox, so they got that off of Fox's movie licensing deal. So hopefully they bring them. Maybe a special thing like, hey, there's an event. All the Star Wars movies, original cuts here. Yay!
Hey.
Thank you for being a 1-year subscriber. See, you could do that in 1 year.
Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, subscribe.
Yeah.
And you'll get this.
Exactly. There you go.
But we are going to end this.
Yes, because
now,
we do have Shell Shock.
which will be us debuting our new podcast of the Ninja Turtles, which we've talked about this for a while.
Yes.
March will be, if you guys don't know,
But a whole year?
We've been doing a Power Ranger podcast.
Yeah.
So we're 90s kids, and if you grew up in the 90s, you know who the Power Rangers are.
Yeah.
Regardless if you like them, regardless if it was part of your life or not, you knew who the fuck it was.
We
love linked up 3 years ago, and here we are now, branching off on Star Wars, and
Turtles.
we will be showcasing Ninja Turtles.
So Ninja Turtles is, again, like it probably would be the same thing with you. It's such a big part of my childhood.
Ninja Turtles was before Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Power Rangers
it was my life. Yeah,
so.
Turtles was my life. So it's such a big thing to me.
I still have my Ninja Turtle sheets.
Yeah.
I can bring them motherfuckers
I have
in.
them. Those. That's the one with the there was brown bricks and
yeah, I have it in my closet
I have those.
right now, and it's funny because
I have a G.I. Joe one too.
But my bed when I was a kid, it was a Ninja Turtle sheet, but it was the Batman pillowcase with the Batman animated series Batman, and when you flipped it, it was the Joker.
Okay.
I had that as a pillowcase.
Okay.
Remember vividly?
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles Batman.
Okay.
That was my whole existence growing up.
All right.
And then X-Men came through, and then I
Dun,
watched the show Spider-Man, everybody. Shark Attack.
All right.
All that shit. But we are now
wrapping this up.
We are going to wrap this up. I would like you to give your shouts out.
Yeah. So everything you can follow us on all the social medias. We do have a link tree on this Twitch channel that gives you all the links to all the links of our podcast and everything where you can catch it on and everything like that. I'm Mark with the Mic. You can have me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitch TV, all Mark with the Mic. Facebook page, Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble. Follow those pages. We're very actively on. You could get pieces of this podcast and the Morphin Cast, and Shell Shock is going to be a big one like that as well. Awesome. So we're going to do as much as we can to promote these things to get you guys to follow. I appreciate you guys listening. Give us a like, subscribe.
For us to do our jobs better, please.
And,
subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell your grandmother. She might like it.
Yeah, she might like it because we
Star Wars.
We cuss. We cuss a lot. They like cuss.
Yeah, Tom. Oh yeah, voice check,
Tom. So yeah, follow all us like that. Shout outs to Red Cyclone Inc. Those are my guys. Those are the ones that helped us build everything like that. This is
follow us on Facebook, man. We doing big things on Facebook.
They're our brand. This is a Red Cycling Podcast, and we all try to work together and like that. Thank you, Mike, because he busts his ass and edits these podcasts, and as drunk as we sound, he makes it sound as best as he can. So shout outs to Mike. And that's it. You got the rest.
I always, first and foremost, will always give a shout out to Game On.
Yeah.
Game On is a retro video game store based out on Long Island, out in Setauket and Miller Place. They specialize in everything from PlayStation 3 and below.
Yeah.
Everything you could possibly think. We're talking Virtual Boy. We're talking Game Boy handheld.
You don't want Virtual Boy.
Walker Talks. We're talking fucking the Home Alone walk.
You could buy Super Empire Strikes Back.
Cards. We're talking just work for community. This is an organization that I will always stand behind because when it comes to community, they're the first ones in it.
Yeah.
And I love them for it. Tristan, you're a good guy, and I love and appreciate you. Shouts out to my boy Mike Wazowski. Without him, I would not have any knowledge of any Star Wars. I might have, but he was the one that really egged me on. He made sure that I knew my shit. Okay. Shouts out to my brother. My brother is the ride or die when it comes to the Star Wars with me. We literally, since that time that Mike put us on, me and him has been venturing off and doing our thing to make sure that we know and further exceed and excel the name of Star Wars for people. He's the truth. Respect and love him to death. Shouts out to Sally Beeves, Sal the Drunk Yeti. The Drunken Yeti, who is a
Twitch handler. He does a lot of streaming. He did Call of Duty earlier today. I'll give him a follow.
Yeah,
you kick him too
if you want. Shout out, man. Just tell him I sent them to you.
Yeah.
And or I sent you to him. Shouts out to my man Pete, my man Bigger, who are my go-tos. They are the Gokus of Star Wars to me. If I have a question, I ask them because I know for a fact that they got the answer and they're the truth to that. Okay. Shouts out to Rayshawn, a.k.a. To the Max, always been an avid listener to us. Shouts out to Voodoo Ranger, who is our drink of choice for
this. It was Voodoo and Lagunitas. So
Lagunitas is just our unsponsored sponsors that we.
And now we want other ones to sponsor. So Voodoo, sponsor us. We like sponsors, please.
Name a beer after me. Give me a key.
Purple Haze too. Something. We drank some Purple Haze.
Drink some Purple Haze.
All right.
I just appreciate anybody that will sit down and spare their time out of their life to hear us rant.
Yes. Please listen. Please like, subscribe. Again, you'll get the full version on SoundCloud, all edited and all by Mike. They'll sound all pretty and all with the Emperor March and all that shit. And then also in a few minutes we will be on live on YouTube for Shell Shock. It will be the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles podcast that will be based on the first movie. God, I love that fucking movie. That's my favorite movie of all time. I could watch that movie every single fucking day and still fucking enjoy every single joke.
Tune in for that.
So tune in for that. We have a good conversation. We'll have, again, Lagunitas and all. All remember, be safe, be good, and may the force be with you.
Am Tenacious T.
I am Merc the Mike, and always remember, follow the